So, welcome back to this week's episode of D&D. It's been a little break for us, so bear with us.
It's been 20 years.
But last time on D&D,
on Campaigns
We
of
did
the
take
Plains.
on Campaigns of the Plains, we had some discussions in Boren's farmland of plans of how to attack the mountain. You guys had some scavenging that you did to make some food, some consoling of a were-rat. And towards the end of your guys' planning session, after you guys were all gung-ho, ready to be like, let's go do this, you had a little bump in the road, and Rosemary came and found you, and you guys heard of a cave on the other side of Taryn, where some prisoners are being kept that she needs your help getting back. She believes her father is there. So it's currently later on in the night. She appeared close to dusk. And I believe you guys were planning on bedding down for the night in preparation
Yes,
for...
I believe so.
So we will pick up that night.
This is also the last night we're allowed in the bubble, as long as we have the were creatures with us.
I believe he said you are no longer welcome.
Yes, but he did mention to Chatz we could return if the were creatures weren't with us.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
He didn't like the were creatures? I thought he hated us.
No, he was mad. He was mad that we brought the were creatures. Also, I named my cat Obsidian.
Yes.
And also, I have a tattoo.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yep.
Yeah, nobody knows that.
Your tattoo?
Tattoo thing.
No.
Well, only
Rowan-
one person
Rowan does.
I
Yeah.
think Finnick does too.
Yeah, Finnick was.
He was
Also, I wrote
awkwardly
some
there
things-
just with the nosebleed.
I wrote some things down that I learned about Finnick when
Mhm.
we went on our little walkabout.
What's that? I don't remember.
You told me about the dragon that killed your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And and this guy named Dominic rules the mountain.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think to clarify, Boren was mad that you brought were creatures, and that you also brought
Yes, and that we also brought.
We just kept bringing people.
Ag.
I think the thing that broke him was Agnes coming too.
Mhm.
But I do vaguely remember him telling Chatz that we were still welcome, just sans were creatures.
Yes.
But we're leaving anyway to go on the mountain. Theoretically.
In theory.
In theory. So, it's nighttime.
Yes. What would you like to do in this calm evening? Any preparations you like to do for tomorrow's adventure?
So, I think they brought me back. What kind of animals did you bring me back?
Like squirrels and rabbits and
Yeah.
such.
Whatever I
Nice.
didn't put in the lunch stew, I am just going to dry out, and I'm going to use the fat that we got from Boren,
Mhm.
the remainder of the fat, to make pemmican.
Do you want to describe what that is for the rest of us?
Yes.
Nope. Got it.
I don't think Eric wants me to describe
What happens if I was a
pemmican.
gunslinger and every time I fired, you're
Awfully drunk.
Oh, you just open your can?
So
Double barrel.
pemmican is a mixture of fat and dried meat and dried berries. So it's basically the best kind of like road food that you could have, honestly. So I'm planning on making just like a tiny brick of pemmican.
Finnick, are you alright?
Yes.
What are you
sounds
making,
great.
Rowan?
Oh, it's called pemmican.
Pelican?
Oh my god. It's survival food.
I
He's
was
got the right of it.
picking fun at him, Toog.
It did not seem that way. Oh, you know what? I forgot that Danica's the one who fucks up the words.
I've been watching too much Monster League.
Shit, I have.
I don't know what that is.
Sorry, ma'am.
I did that in real life when we were drinking last weekend. I had a hard time
Anyway.
I'll tell you on the break.
That's for Patreon.
Here,
No.
Fans only.
Yeah.
No.
Never had pemmican.
I usually just dry beef and eat that.
That's pretty boring.
Well, I don't know how to cook.
Fair enough. Here, I will take some of the berries and stuff that I've put in with it. Just I'm assuming like local. There's probably like what time of year is it?
it's early spring.
Yeah, so there'd probably be like blueberries. I'm guessing at this point. So
Berries of some sort, yes.
yeah. So I will take some of that, and I'm just pressing it into small pan that I'm using, and I will cut a little bit and
She like tastes
Hand it to you.
it and like looks at it and like flips it over because it's not pretty to look at.
no pemmican is definitely brown.
She like sniffs it.
You smell a lot of seasoning.
I don't like this.
It tastes better than it smells, than it looks rather.
I take a bite of it.
As you're like inspecting this and about to take a bite, Clifton looks over at you and just.
I pretend to eat it while I backhand it over towards Clifton. Oh, it's so good, Rowan. It's so tasty. I can really taste the berries.
And Clifton is quick to just like grab it out of your hand and just starts loudly eating it, not quietly at all. Just
It's so tasty.
Yeah.
I reach past her a little bit and I'm like, what is that over there?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna look.
No, I'm like pointing at Clifton.
It's Clifton.
As she says Clifton, I like throw a piece in her mouth.
Roll me a dex check to see if you actually get it in her mouth or if you hit her face.
Alright.
Oh.
Didn't we have
I
a
gotta
rule
give her
about
dice
that?
back.
Aren't there a rule about
About hitting her in the
Isn't there,
face?
like part of the
Food
like
fight.
no rolling for sex?
Well, this isn't roll. I mean,
This isn't rolling for
I
sex.
mean, it depends on how you took
He's
that.
just-
right.
Here's what I like, right?
For those
End
of
of
you who are
last-
just listening.
End of last session, we have this big cliffhanger. You know, girl comes into camp and she's like, I found where they're holding all the prisoners. And we're like, yeah, we need to march in and save them. And now we're having a food fight.
I mean,
I have
yeah.
to go to sleep tonight first because
Yeah.
we all were like you just got the shit beat out of you earlier today.
Yeah.
21.
Oh yeah, definitely goes right in your mouth.
I just
Episode 7.
I
Choking on meat.
I chew it begrudgingly and look at you with so much hate in my eyes.
It's fine. You don't have to tell me you like it.
It actually kind of tastes good, but I hate that it does.
That's fine. Enjoy.
I
go back
I
to
flip you off
pressing my
as
pemmican.
as you turn away. Do I have to keep him?
What?
Do we have to keep him?
I'm right here.
Yeah.
Do we have to keep you? I'm just kidding, Rowan. I risked my life to save you.
That's fair. I never did get a chance to thank you all for that. I appreciate you coming back. I mean, to be honest, we'd only been traveling with each other for a few days, and you didn't have to. So, honestly, I know I'm not a super serious kind of guy.
Honor says no man left behind.
Right.
Evelyn chimes in with her squeaky little mouse voice. Yeah, thanks for helping with everything, guys. I really appreciate it. So what's the plan for? And she gestures to Clifton. What's the plan for us tomorrow? Are we coming with you or?
Can you fight?
And she looks down at her hands that, like, she has claws. And she's like, I mean, I can do this. And
I mean,
She got her hopes on it.
depending on your point of view.
Right. Do we want
I mean, I killed my
I, like,
husband.
go lean over to Duke? Do we want them to come with us? I think we discussed this, but for some reason the last hour has felt approximately like 20 days. I kind of forgot.
That's weird. I seem to feel the same.
Timey-wimey.
Well, as I recall it, I know you two didn't feel like fighting was in your best interest. However, I would really appreciate your help. I think there are good people still on the mountain, and you two can be their representatives. You can bring them into the fold so that we can expel the bad influences upon the mountain and bring a just society upon your people and mine.
Yeah, I get that. And then Clifton butts in. I think she means in the cave thing that we're going to. And he's like licking his paws that with the food that was on them. He's like, yeah, what we doing about tomorrow?
Well said, Cliff.
Sid Cliff?
Well said,
Oh.
Cliff.
Oh, I thought he called him Sir.
It's like right said
wow.
Fred.
Oh.
Well said Cliff.
If you can remain quiet and have the means to help us, we would appreciate any help in freeing these prisoners. And you're very strong.
Thanks.
Well, if my cousin, if she's right, and my uncle is there, and depending on who else is there, it could be the men that he taught how to fight. If that's the case, then there would be no safer place if we were to free them.
Oh, yes.
I really hope that you're right, and it's just a cave full of strong, kick-ass men that can help us, and women, hopefully, that can help us fight.
Well, we won't know until we go.
Well said.
Maybe this was answered previously, but where is this cave?
It's on the other side of Taran. So,
Okay.
East side, right?
yeah, the east side. There's a mountain range that goes along.
The actual mountains that belong here.
Right.
yes. Different mountains than Snowy Mountain.
Which is the direction that little gnome went that one time east way.
Well, no.
East.
Yes.
Yeah.
The gnome that the
Duke
two
and
of
I
us
saw.
saw.
I believe it's
We weren't there.
Stormcrest Mountain.
We were flirting in an alleyway.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
Oh yeah, you were in prison.
Are you a little scarred about the whole...
Yeah,
Harlan.
because we
Prison.
ran in.
Rowan
We
lives better.
found the gnome trying to find where the prison was.
Right,
Before we
because
figured out it
the
was
the gnome was very angry and yelling at the guards because someone got dragged away from her part of town.
These are the Storm Point Mountains.
Oh,
Stormcrest. Storm Point.
pointy.
Well, shall we eat up, rest, and get this party started tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Well, we do have quite the party to conduct, so...
I think before sleep, I'll just play my flute a little bit.
Okay.
Just,
Are you specifically trying to play like a song or something, or are you just kind of tooling around with it?
I think first I might.
Play the Jurassic Park theme.
We could like strike. Come on.
I think I'll start out with like something kind of jovial, like happy, but towards the end of the night when I'm getting a little tired, I might play something a little more somber.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sit down next to you and try to play my musical instrument that I bought at at a shitty shop in town that is a little rusted.
What did you buy again?
I bought a mandolin, or not a mandolin, but some kind of lute. Yeah, and then I think also of panpipes, but the panpipes were rusted.
Did you pull those out?
Yes. I pull the panpipes out, and I'm like, oh, well, they need to be cleaned. And then I pull the lute out, and I'm like, it needs to be tuned. I don't know how to do that. But.
Yeah. So I
Would you like
just
some
play a
panpipes?
little music before going to bed.
Lute? Do you play music?
They're roasted as fuck.
Well, I only paid a copper for them.
I don't even think they're worth a copper.
Well, I think I can
Nothing
clean
like a good
Hold on.
them.
bout of tetanus with your music, I
I
suppose.
think I can clean them.
What is tetanus?
It will fuck you up.
Yeah, I just got a shot for that. I'm good.
What are shots?
Yeah.
Shot.
I'll ask
Medicine
for
was
the
different.
rusted pipes.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and use my jeweler kit to try and polish them up a little bit.
What in your jeweler kit are you trying to use to polish it?
Oh, let me look.
Aren't there polishing tools in there?
I don't know.
I don't know.
There should be if he's got sterling silver or anything like that. He probably would have.
It doesn't list what's actually in this kit. This particular kit.
Sometimes that's
I'm
worse.
just saying I have this kit.
Some steel wool.
So let's see. I have climbers, disguise, healer's kit, or
Does Barkeeper's Friend exist in this universe? Because that would be helpful.
I have a
What's
wood
that?
carver.
Keeper's friend?
Yeah.
It's a small saw and hammer, files, pliers, and tweezers.
Oh, it's just the making kind, not the upkeeping kind.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
It's okay. When
You
we're
can
in
always
a,
spit shine.
when we're in a bigger town, I'll try and see if I
Just
can't
like
find a
even
cleaning kit.
Rubs
what
on
about
it.
carpenter's tools? Would there
Polishes
be any,
it.
sandpaper or something in that?
Oh, he's using his tongue? Sandpaper tongue?
Oh,
I wouldn't do that.
don't do.
Saw, hammer, nails, a hatchet, a square, a ruler, ADZE, whatever that is, a plane, and a chisel.
Hmm.
Adze? I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Up now.
It's all right, Chatz. I'll get some cleaning supplies
Okay.
when we're in a city.
Okay. It's alright. I'm just looking for a reason to use all these kits
Oh.
that I bought
And
back in Barovia.
I appreciate that you're trying to use your tools.
And add a little narrative to this.
Yes.
I
So-
mean, you've got a jeweler's kit. We could
blame
make
on the
some
back.
necklaces.
Oh.
we could.
That's a weapon.
Right?
Would you like to bedazzle your outfit?
Oh.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Chatz. Looking how nicely dressed you are and how nicely dressed Duke and Rowan are, I feel a little underdressed in my travel clothes. Maybe some
Oh, I mean,
jewelry.
this is all fake. And I'll change it into an elegant gown.
Do you do the Cinderella spin?
Oh, yeah.
And it
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it just changes?
Oh,
Is
yeah.
That's
that
not-
Cinderella?
practical
Yeah.
for combat at all.
Well, it can be, and then I'll spin, and then I'll turn into a beggar, ragged clothes.
Oh,
and
see,
all that.
that's sensible travel attire.
Indeed.
It depends on where you
I just
go.
want you to spin around and turn into a ghillie suit.
Oh.
It's just like,
Oh.
I'm a boy.
What I'm saying is, when we get to a town that has actual nice fabric, I'd like to
Mhm.
commission some nicer clothes, because you guys look like you're ready to go to court.
Yes.
I mean, if you pulled your suspenders up and a jacket on, you look like you're getting ready to bang the court's daughter.
Listen. When I left me home, Ireland. Why am I out of my accent? Ireland. When I left me home, I left with what I had on me back. And I haven't replaced it yet. I mean, I've washed it, obviously, but I have not
Just that one time.
replaced it.
Okay, well, you still look a lot nicer than, I do. I have some travel clothes.
I'd honestly rather have something that was a little more travel-worthy, to be honest with you.
JJ?
I
That is
don't
weird.
think the cuts are right.
I mean, for my clothes, probably. I mean, I would like to see you in a corset, but
feel like my chest is a little smaller than yours.
But the button. No, it's okay. I don't need to button all the buttons.
That's what we call cleavage.
Why don't you just keep your clothes on?
All right, I'll get a pantsuit tailored for me later.
Hillary.
Yeah.
Right?
Think of like the 80s, because she's her mother's daughter. Think of like the 80s pantsuit that are all the sharp angles and the big shoulders and the big buttons. That's what Sapphire needs to be rocking.
I don't know. I just pictured Dana Scully, but that's totally 90s.
Yeah, that's more 90s.
I thought like
No,
designing
you
women.
need one of these.
Oh, nice! I like that.
Oh, yeah. It looks like something Mary would wear to
It does
a
look
wedding.
I don't need a cummerbund or a bow
That just
tie,
looks
though.
like Mary.
Yeah.
It would be unbuttoned.
There you go.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, guys. Tangent. I think it's
They're not
time.
illegal.
I think it's time for us to turn in.
Yes. We have quite the day ahead of us.
Because it's somber.
So is everyone just going straight to bed?
I think
I'm going to stay up a little bit later just to finish off my pemmican.
Okay. Is anyone taking watches overnight?
Technically, I'll be taking a person.
Okay.
Liquid the bubbles.
Do we're in the bubble? We're pretty safe here. Should we take watches just because we don't know?
Well, I think we should take watches just because
We do have the unknown factor of
Voren really didn't trust Miss Agnes, and I'm going to be honest.
Yes.
I'm not one to believe
wake me up when you come
in
to bed.
comfort on
Rowan.
the road.
After
You mean when I go to bed, not come to bed? I'm not coming to your bed.
Yeah.
I'll send Finnick.
What?
I'll be
What?
there.
That
What?
was a semantic that seemed to
It seems
drive
like
concern.
you took a lot of offense to me getting a word incorrect.
Listen, proper grammar has been drilled into me from a long time.
I'm
coming.
sorry. I've been speaking primordial for the last 3 years. I haven't spoke common much. I apologize.
Is anyone else confused?
Wake me up when you go to sleep, Rowan.
Fair enough.
I'll take the next watch.
Okay.
Cord, help us. Going to bed. I don't even
Yes.
worship Cord. Ah! She just storms off. Goes to sleep.
Is everyone else going to sleep or is anyone else staying up? Rosemary is going to stay up with you.
Wake me up if you need a watch.
I think she just volunteered.
Well, I understand, but the nights are long.
Fair enough. You two can take the watch together.
I don't care. Either way.
Alright.
Okay. So are the four of you all bedding down then? Is that the idea?
I think so.
So the three of you are what? Doing watches?
No.
Who's doing?
The first watch
I
is
have now been
is
confused.
first watch is Rosemary and Rowan.
Okay.
Unless someone else would like to volunteer. Second watch, I think, is currently planned to be these two. And we haven't decided any more
Okay.
than that.
Well, Chatz, wake me when you are done.
Okay. Will do.
Should he wake you up?
Do not.
It is almost the end of September, so...
I'm sorry. Should he wake you up before you go then? Possibly. Potentially.
He really wants to hang him on like a yo-yo.
I'm sorry. I had a lot of energy drinks today.
Is that mine now?
No, it's mine.
Oh, okay. Anyway.
What do you want?
Where are they?
Here.
Oh.
You want?
Right, everyone.
Or white?
So, as everyone else beds down, Clifton is going to get in the same position he was previously and, like, look over at you and just, like lay down.
Is he be my backrest as I'm sitting up, please?
Oh, yeah, I mean, he definitely would be if you asked him to. But
Yeah.
he,
It's closer to the fire. I imagine that's where
true.
he wants to be.
I mean, it's getting warmer. I don't think he's worried about being warm.
He's a big bear man.
Yeah, he's covered in fur, so I'm sure.
But I'm handling things that need to be dried, so I need to be by the fire-ish.
That's
so
So Evelyn will set up her little cot, and go to sleep. Clifton will sleep. Will nestle right behind you, with Rosemary sitting next to you, cleaning her weapon. As everyone beds down for the night, Rosemary takes a look at everyone going to sleep and making sure everyone is asleep before she speaks up. But she even keeps an eye out for Boren to make sure that his light is out. And she'll say, seems like you've found quite the bunch here. Are you at all nervous about tomorrow? About and she gestures to the two were-creatures that you're with. And she gives you a what is wrong with you type of look. Well, she might not know about you.
Oh, yeah.
But the two obvious were-creatures. And she says,
You mean I am straight passing?
yes, you are.
You're where passing.
We're passing.
We're passing.
Little WP.
Yes. She'll give you a knowing eye. The last time we talked to you, you were planning on going to the mountain or something and dealing with your cat friends. How did you end up with two were-creatures?
Well, I was in jail.
She looks
Title. Well, I was in jail.
and she looks at you like a very concerned. What happened? What?
She was there.
No, she wasn't.
When he went into the pit, when he got taken?
She was.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah,
No, I don't remember
she
that.
cut out quick, though.
Yeah,
Oh.
he got taken, and she was like, I'm gonna escort the old lady.
I didn't...
out.
No, she left before
That's
that
right.
because I had not even been captured yet. She left during the fight.
Oh.
Yeah, so she wouldn't know he was captured.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But you guys stayed with him because we were gonna go and find Rowan, so she knew that he was taken. Because we stayed in her house. Or they stayed in her house, I guess.
Right.
That's where Chatz buried his soul coins.
Correct. Yes. Yes.
So 2019.
Well, yes, I was in jail. And I'll reach over and give him some scrooches behind his ear, behind his big bear ear.
And he is dead asleep, and just his ear twitches, but he just grunts in his sleep.
What?
Doesn't purr.
He could. No.
There was a couple things that happened,
growl.
and a lot has changed since I was in prison.
Sounds like it.
I met these, and I gestured to the were-creatures.
Mhm.
I met these fine folk. I'd always thought that all of the were-creatures on the mountain were evil. I'd only really known the soldiers, to be honest with you. And these two prove that wasn't quite true.
I mean, I have never met any good were-creatures, I guess, but, I mean, if you're willing to sleep next to them, I guess they can't be all bad.
Clifton's definitely some of the best. But not only that, and I look around now just to make sure.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Why'd you fall asleep? Uh, 23.
So as you look around, are you specifically looking for anything out of the ordinary? Are you give me some context of what you're trying to?
I'm just looking to see if anybody else is, peeking eyes awake.
It doesn't seem like anyone in the immediate vicinity. It does look, as you are looking around, you do see that it seems like Evelyn is having trouble sleeping, like she's tossing and turning. But everyone else seems to be pretty out, as far as you can tell. You don't see anyone nearby that maybe is pretending to be awake or anything.
I'm in a tent. You don't know me.
I see that Evelyn is tossing and turning, and the pan that I've been boiling water in for everything, not really boiling, but keeping warm, I'll take a small cloth and dip it in there, and I'll actually, like, go over to Evelyn, pull the blanket up on her, and I'll put the cloth on her head, and I'll come back and sit back next to Clifton, and I'll be like, looking around again, I'll be like, well, to be honest with you, I know you're not from around here, really, but, and I don't know how much your father worships, or taught you to worship Angus at all, but, I was visited by him in prison.
Oh, like, he came to you in a vision, or you like, met him in person? I mean, I've only heard stories of people being visited by a deity. I've never witnessed one myself.
I didn't see him in all of his glory. I imagine that's something for more pious folk. But I was visited by a dove, which is his messenger. And I've had a lot of rage built up in me for many a year. You know, I was a right shit when I was smaller, and have always had a bit of rage in me, but it got worse when the mountain appeared. And doubly so once I rightfully had my ass handed to me by Kudath and had to run. But he told me about freedom from my anger and how it's more power to me than rage really is. And I think he's right, and I can't keep going on hating the were creatures because I don't know them.
I mean, that's part for the best. I mean, you don't really know everything about them, so it's not fair to judge them.
I mean, I know a lot of people would call me crazy, especially back in town, but just meeting with these two, I got to see that not all of them are like the soldiers that we see, and that many of them are just folk trying to make their way.
But what about the people in Taran that are under their rule? I mean, they took over. I mean, what can you really say that just because these people are were creatures they deserve to live? I mean, you saw them murdering people in the street. I mean, how can you just take that and then be buddy with these people? It's just, I guess I didn't have your experience. I can't fathom why you would want to just put your anger aside and not let that fuel you. I'm just so used to the rage of having to feel everything and just I'm just not the type of person to let things go, I guess.
And that's fine, but I need it a different way. I can't keep going on hating and being angry at everything. It's just, it wears on you after a while, and I hadn't known how much until I had it pointed out to me.
I guess we'll agree to disagree. I live my life in rage. That's just how I survive, but perhaps there are other ways. I'm just not privy to them.
I'm gonna throw a little bit of a lore curveball at you, but I hope you'll go with it.
No, go ahead.
I'm actually going to hold my hands out like this to her, and I'll say, take a look closely.
What am I looking at? Your hands?
I'm going to focus my key from being a monk into my hands, and she'll see that these bindings had been around my hand, but that they're still there, but they have been snapped.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll kind of push them together for her to see, and I'll say, every time you hate something, every time you get angry at something, you wind up with these bonds that they just tie you down. They tie you together. And it's like holding on to hot coal hoping to hurt somebody else.
Yeah. I guess I never thought of it that way. I've always just thought about how I wanted to rip someone's head off and how I don't want them to hurt me or my family, and I just see a blinding white light, and I, remember afterwards that I, murdered a bunch of people. That's just how I fight, I guess. I never really bought into the whole energy stuff that, I know you're into. And I mean,
it's actually something I've just come about. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I made a lot of claims on who I fought for. I mean, I always say I was trying to fight for people's freedoms, but really I was just trying to fight to hurt somebody. And, I mean, you did okay for a while, but you can't believe the weight that's lifted off of you when you let it go.
I guess I'll have to take your word for it. I don't think I could let that go. I can't imagine myself fighting something and not going into a blistering rage and destroying everything in my path. That's just not who I am. But I mean, maybe I should give it a try. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? I die.
I don't think you die.
Barbarian, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. You over here telling a barbarian not to rage?
Yeah.
One doesn't need to be completely out of control to be powerful. Sometimes rage can be focused, and it can make you powerful. I know it all too well. It doesn't have to be blind rage or hate. It can be a focused rage. Protecting somebody instead of wanting to hurt somebody. I put my my hand on her wrist, and I slew a little bit of my key flow through her so I can see the red bindings between her hands. And I'll say, what angered you the most about hearing about your father?
Knowing that I was powerless to save him and protect him?
But you're not, are you?
I mean, no, now that I'm here, but when I was in Amon, I had no way of helping.
But now we're here, and we're here to help, and that definitely helps. And I take one of my fingers and I just break that. I focus on her energies, and I find that bit of rage, and I just take my finger and I snap it.
And you can see after you snap that chain or whatever kind of binding you imagine. After you snap that, you can see visibly her expression changes from a heated debate kind of thing to almost like a relaxed, calm demeanor. And she almost sits up and lets her shoulders relax and says, "That's interesting. I never thought of it like that. That's... wow. It feels nice.
It is very nice.
Almost serene. Or...
focused. Let's call it focused.
Yeah. We'll see what happens when I need to tap into that anger again, but
The anger's always there. It'll never go away. But now it doesn't chain you down.
we'll see. I'm curious to see what this means for me, but thank you. That was nice.
Now charge your 100 gold for your therapy services.
First one's free.
Yeah, you gotta give him a hook. Give him that free shit. Did you want to do anything else during rest? She is going to start setting up her bed at this point. You can tell she's getting pretty tired.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna pack my pemmican away. And I will probably go and wake Chatz up for next watch.
That's rude. I told you to wake me up.
Yeah, I see her.
I don't know if she's playing with you guys.
She's fine. Okay. Anyway, so you finish your watch. It goes fairly uneventfully, other than your conversation with Rosemary. You come into Chatz's tent. You just have a single tent, correct? With a cot in it?
I mean, yeah, I do have a tent.
Yes.
I got it. I had to fix it, but I got a tent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come into his tent and shake him awake, and the first thing you immediately see is Rowan waking you up for your...
Oh, already. Okay. Thank you. Have a good night.
Are you doing okay? No hard feelings about the,
Oh. No, thank you for the beating. No, I really thought maybe my luck would change. And yet, I seem to fall into the same trap each time, that anytime I feel like there's the remote possibility that there's power, that there's a way to control my circumstance, it's just ripped away from me. It happened the night my mountain was attacked. It happened immediately preceding that, and it happened for what apparently was over 200 years after that, where I lost everything. So I can't say that I'm all right, but it's a familiar situation.
just remember, and it's hard too sometimes, I understand. I felt awfully overwhelmed, underpowered when your mountain showed up, and I went looking for you. I've gained a little peace since then, but perhaps, and I may not be the best person. I mean, I've no idea how much pain you've had to endure, but perhaps if I can leave you with one thing. Your friends are here. We're here for you. That's all the power that you need.
I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Just take it hard. No more shinies. And I'll leave his tent.
Okay.
And I will go and wake up Sapphire.
Okay. So, similarly, I believe you had a single tent with a cot.
I don't think so.
It's
I think
not. It's
Oh, it's a
not.
double tent.
It's the bigger. I have the bigger tent,
Yep.
but but it's my tent.
Okay. Are you sharing it with Finnick?
Yeah, I'm sharing with whoever came into the tent.
I believe they've been sharing a
We
tent.
have been
Yeah.
sharing a tent.
I didn't want to assume. Sometimes, you want to switch
I'm
things
sleeping
up.
like an ampersand, not an ampersand, a greater than symbol,
Mm.
and I'm like
You spoon.
Crocodile.
no
into
crocodiled
your-
into all the blankets. I probably also took Finnick's blanket and like
He runs high. He's a werewolf.
And I'm like greater than symboling like how the cats sleep like Superman. Yeah. My blankets.
Do either of you snore?
No.
Okay. So you come in and see her snuggled in her blankets. And
basically, like kicking Finnick to the other side of the tent.
Your face is against the cat.
This is how come I have the bigger tent.
And you nudge her awake, and you see Rowan's face. And a quiet, sleeping...
What? Oh, is it time? Sorry.
Yes, it's time for your watch.
Okay, can you help me?
With what?
I'm stuck in blankets. Just grab one end and just pull.
Sounds like a personal problem. Good night.
Flip him off. And
like
just little fingers come up from the blankets.
I unwind myself. I take one blanket and I wrap it around me babushka style. And I go out and sit by the fire. And I, like, my hair is, like, poofy. And I'm, like, rubbing sleepers out of my eyes and yawning a lot. I don't know why I always agree to do second watch, Chatz.
Cuddle up next to Clifton, or use him like a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
There's a tent.
There's a Clifton.
That's fair. That's fair.
So you nuzzle up with Clifton and quickly fall asleep as it's been a long day. Do you guys want to do anything during your watch?
How'd you sleep for the hour or two that you slept?
Oh, it was fine. I definitely need it.
Does Duke sleep in the tent with you? Because he didn't come to the bigger tent. I look around. Is he, like, outside?
I believe he has his own tent.
We all have our own tents.
I believe. Well, I mean, I usually sleep like sitting up anyway.
Well, I'm having trouble remembering. Before encountering him, I've never met a Dragonborn. Well, no. Before encountering him and Osvius, you didn't meet him.
I did, actually, at
the
the wedding.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot.
And his very shiny and quite handsome betrothed.
Yes, well, those were the first two Dragonborns I'd ever met. But before that, I'd only read about them. I can't remember if they're hot-blooded or cold-blooded. I think they're warm-blooded, though.
I don't know much about the Dragonborn anatomy. I think they lay eggs.
I think so, too.
So they must be cold-blooded.
Well, not necessarily. Birds are warm-blooded, and they lay
Is
eggs.
Duke taking watch after us?
Maybe Duke's a bird.
He's not a bird. He doesn't have fun. Is he taking watch after us? Because we could ask him when he wakes up.
I don't...
Yeah, you
Is
heard
he?
he
Yes.
said he
Oh,
was
yes. I'm still waking up. Don't ask me hard questions.
Would you like to share my blanket?
Oh, I'm fine. I have a...
I don't, and I'm freezing.
Oh,
And it's like
actually a very comfortable
Everything
night.
is really breezy around me, so even in the blankets it's cold.
I feel that's ironic, being you are an Aragonossi.
I don't have very good blood circulation. I run cold.
Yes. Maybe eat a few more carbs. Just build up your coat.
All Rowan feeds me is meat brick.
Well,
sounds like a euphemism.
That's fair. I'm sure if you scoured enough, you could find some root vegetables in here, though. That would help. They have sugar and starches.
What?
Oh. Sugar, starches.
Yeah, well, yeah, wait, okay. I don't know anything about food or cooking. Chatz,
Well, it's really just simple, like, biology, really.
Okay. I don't know, Amethyst always just used to give me stuff and say, here, eat this so that you don't die. Or,
She sounds smart.
yeah.
Okay.
You know,
different
Sapphire,
topic.
you can't just eat, like, sweets all the time and, like, meat and fruit. You need to eat some grains. You know, you gotta have a balanced diet.
Well, considering your fabulous metabolism, I think you could, have a few more sweets. So, from 0 to 10, Clifton and Rowan, gay or no?
Solid 7.
And as you say that, Clifton lets out a snort, growl in his sleep.
7.5.
That's
As he
bad.
does that, I kind of elbow him to like stop and get comfy again.
8.
You know, I was stuck somewhere between 6 and 8 myself, so.
You think it would be somewhere between 6 and 9?
Really? You didn't see that coming?
No.
Come in.
Oh, geez.
Devolving.
Although, I guess you weren't here for that conversation. This is kind of awkward. Well,
Oh, please spill the beans.
Rowan asked me to set him up on a blind date with my sister. My identical twin sister.
I suppose that could be awkward. Kind of says something about you, doesn't it?
Well,
Don't sell yourself short.
our personalities don't really mesh, you know.
Hmm.
My sister is a lot more mild-tempered and I don't know. I mean, she'd like him. I mean, she'd at least like to look at him. He's nice to look at, at the very least.
Hmm.
But so you know, maybe that lowers my rating on the scale of 1 to 10. I gesture at Rowan and Clifton and shrug a little bit.
Oh. Well, you know, if we just strike a solid 5, that opens it up for bisexuality.
That's true.
Yes, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Definitely something there, right?
You know, they were cellmates, so they bonded.
Yeah. Yeah, they bonded. I don't know, they just...
They boned it?
Oh my god.
Well, they're very cuddly.
Oh.
I'll settle at that.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, I'm sharing my tent with Finnick, and that's completely platonic.
Yes.
He's asleep.
Guess who's not waking up because he just died.
Right? Broken?
Although I will say
Dead
that
body
he has become very.
Emergency meeting.
He's definitely warmed up to me as a friend. I think he's a lot more chatty.
Hold on. Dropping the meta screen here. Never heard of a spell called the friend zone.
No, Sapphire
Zone a
is
friend.
just really like she doesn't get it. She just doesn't get it. That's it. She just doesn't get the signs.
Oh, that's
She did not.
That's
Oh.
it.
she's me.
You're a chick.
She's also me. Yeah.
Anyway,
How was he? I'm confused. How was he a chick?
never mind. Anyway,
No, that
Oh.
Sapphire doesn't get it.
I'm sorry. Maybe I've been misreading the signals.
I don't understand.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe just talk to him once. You might pick up something different you didn't know
Talk
before.
to him about what?
Maybe talk to him about how great of friends you are.
Well, he knows.
Oh, I'm sure he knows, but
We even like cuddled once when you guys weren't here. I mean, it was cold out, so I think he was just keeping me warm. That was very nice of him.
oh, honey. Yes, I'm sure he's desperate for warmth.
Well, no, he's warm himself. I think, like I said, he was keeping me. It's cold still in the nighttime.
Oh, I'm trying to put this very gently. Do you think maybe Finnick likes you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he's got that dead fiance, and he named his sword after her. So I think maybe he's just heavily in mourning.
Okay, past aside. Do you think he likes you, likes you?
I mean, he's my friend. You're my friend. I like you.
I like you too. Oh dear.
Look, Chatz, I am not interested in a relationship. I told this to Rowan today. It's not a good idea to sleep with your party members. I've done that twice. So.
Well, now I'm interested.
I rather things get awkward, you know? Trusts are broken.
Okay. So, okay, I understand how you feel. Now, how do you think Finnick feels?
I think he would agree with me. I mean, he's, like
Sure.
I said, he's still mourning his lost love. I feel terrible for him. You probably can relate.
Well, yes, I'm not saying I'll ever be over Marita, but or others.
Yes, I know you love my mother.
Yes.
You screamed at it, Duke.
Yes. Well, okay. I was at a point in my life where I was willing to enter into a new relationship because Marita had died many years before.
Like 200.
Well, yes, 20 in my time. Let's keep going.
I'm pretty sure that Finnick's fiancée just died a couple of years ago. Maybe a year ago. I don't remember. I didn't ask him. When we talk about her, he gets really uncomfortable and then walks away from me.
Yes. I'm just saying that, maybe be receptive to what he's telling you, and, there might be more to what he's saying than what you maybe have so far understood. It's...
No, Chatz, no. I don't want to.
I'm sorry.
No.
I don't mean to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah, no.
Relationships make me uncomfortable, Chatz. I don't get it. I had a really bad role model for that whole commitment thing. And
It's like when a cat clings to a curtain. You don't expect it to happen, but once it's there, it's stuck.
What?
That was a bad analogy.
It was a horrible analogy.
It's a Tabaxi saying.
Is that like a Tabaxi folklore, or
It takes contextual clues. Anyway,
Breathe, Christian, breathe.
Duke's coughing in his sleep. You should go pat him
he
on the
does that. It's phlegm, Dragon Ball phlegm. It's from the mucus glands that produce the breath.
He's
weapon.
not going to cough fire in his sleep, is he?
Oh, he's fine. He
We've
does
lost
this
many
all the
attempts
time.
that way.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
not-
not on fire.
Maybe some
Breathe,
static
like,
electricity.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
about
that's
it.
right. He's an electric dragon.
Yeah, he'll spark a little. It's fine.
Sparking
Okay. So that things can
Only
be even more
instance that
awkward
it's
for me.
Just don't touch him till he's grounded.
Okay.
His
Chatz.
just flying.
Because you seem a little bit more in tune with your emotions than my mother ever was.
Okay. Yes.
And I've never asked these questions to people before. How do you know when you like somebody? How can you tell? I mean, I get the sexual attraction thing, but...
I mean, it's just... It's one of those things where you just... No one can explain it to you. And I, perhaps, am a poor example, and unfortunately, I've created bonds with loves under duress multiple times.
Okay.
Me and Marita, my first wife, were childhood friends. There was a time in our teens where we weren't as close, though. And then one day, not day, but night, I saw her in under Felix. There was these men. I recognized these tabaxi. They were known for some trouble. They were doing very ungentlemanly things to her.
Did you kick their ass?
Yes. I'd say it's the first thing that kind of set me down this path. Stop it, I'm having a moment. And, yeah, that's kind of, even though we'd known each other for many years, it's kind of how we met.
Met.
Yes. I stepped in when no one else was there, and rekindled things, and in a way that was more than friends, and...
She's ruining your moment.
I know. I don't think it was that act of heroism that led us to be married. I think it was a moment that changed the relationship. And with your mother, we were stranded once on our own, and we had to find our way back to the rest of the party, and we had time to connect, but we were under constant threat in the lands we were in.
Yeah. When you and Duke mentioned Barovia, you have a very distant, kind of faraway look in your eyes, like that place really fucked you up.
More than some. It was a bad place. It still is. I regret we couldn't have done more for the people that live there. But here we are.
You got my brother out. My new brother. Remember? Although, who knows where he is now?
Yes. I
did promise Finnick that I would pay him if he helped me find him.
Well, I hope he can pull through like he pulled through for Rowan. That would... I worry about him.
Rowan? Nobody?
Nobody.
Ember?
Ember. You don't know him as somebody.
I don't know him as nobody.
Yeah.
I do too.
Ember is extremely gifted. And he had about as bad of a upbringing as anyone could have. And he deserves a good family. He deserves to be loved. And
I know that, he's full grown. He's only, 16, 17. That's probably young for a tiefling.
He's young.
But, I don't really know him at all, but Mother made him a part of our family. And as much as we didn't get along and as angry as I've been with her all my life, she always had a good heart.
She had some flaws, it's true, but the one thing Celeste was good at was bringing people together.
It's true. Except for the people she left behind. We're all very far apart now.
She did have flaws. Well, anyway, it's...
I think our watch is about over. I know
this
I
is
didn't do much watching, and you've made me really uncomfortable to talk or look at Finnick anymore. So...
Well, just talk to the boy.
About what?
Just...
I was happier just being ignorant. I want that back.
You... Just say hi one day. Just say, how you doing?
Oh my god, Finnick, hi! How are you doing? Like that?
No, I mean...
I don't know how to flirt, Chatz.
Clifton lets out a huge fart.
Oh, is that how you flirt?
Well, obviously, this is bottom of the barrel flirting. I think you have the wherewithal to do much better.
Much bear.
Much better.
So I should strip. Much bearer.
Oh boy.
I'm kidding. Clearly joking.
Maybe just confront him and say, how do you feel about me?
I don't want to do that.
Then at least it's out in the open.
Nope, I don't want to do that. I want everything to stay
Well-
in a box
Well,
that I ignore.
things are uncomfortable.
Ignore the box.
But when you ignore things, then it never results in
My
anything.
mother has 400 journals in her bedroom of ignoring the box.
Exactly. Do you want to be your mother?
I already am,
You're much more than her.
but I'm not inebriated all the time.
Yet.
Sapphire, I'll admit, I see her and you all the time, but there are parts of you that are foreign, are new. I don't know who you are, and I'm glad we had this talk, but... Oh, screw it. Finnick likes you.
I don't want... No, I don't.
I know you don't want that, but at least honor his feelings. If you don't want that, tell him.
I don't know what I want, but it's not anything complicated like that.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
I wanted a cat. I have a cat. I'm happy.
Okay.
Some weird ass goals.
I'm just saying that you're going to encounter other people in your life and you're going to have to deal with the way they think about you. Whether good or
just
bad.
Keep leaving them. That's worked pretty well so far.
And that's the part of your mother I think you should try and forget.
Like I said, she wasn't the best role model. But I'm all done with this conversation. I'm gonna go wake up Duke. I don't know if he was taking next watch or not, but I'm not waking Finnick up, so I'm gonna go wake Duke up. I go over to Duke.
Very well.
Are you just sitting up, like sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
I go
mean,
over.
you're used to this by now.
Yeah, I go over to you and I just kind of like poke you in the shoulder.
Oh, are you done?
Are you next?
Yes.
Perfect. I don't know if anyone else is taking watch with you.
I am not aware of anyone either.
Perfect.
So okay. You seem a little off. Just go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep outside now. It's really nice out. It's a beautiful night. So beautiful.
I ruined things.
Look at all the stars. Duke, did you know that there were so... Are you familiar with all of the different astral signs in the sky?
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. It's Chat's fault. I'm going to bed. I go on the other side of the bear.
You may need more sleep. Oh dear.
It's my bear.
My bear now, bitch. I know Rowan's not attracted to me, at least. Well, kind of is. Fuck.
I'm not sure what that was about, but we did have this... Never mind. Have a good night.
Yeah, whatever.
I've already called back to my tent and sleep.
Okay.
Scoot over, Rowan.
Are you using his belly too? Oh, I like kick you.
Kick you back. Kick you back.
So you head back to your tent, and you cuddle up next to Rowan. Are you like spooning?
No, I get as far away from Rowan as I can while still using giant bear belly as pillow.
So you're close to the junk then.
Nope, I get closer to Rowan.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. Oh no, you didn't need to start this.
You can hear his belly like gurgle. As,
It's the lower intestine.
yes.
Maybe I'll like lay my head on the back.
Okay, that's fine. What are you doing during your watch, if anything?
I'm actually mostly trying to keep an eye out to make sure that there isn't anything that tries to come in, or if we can't see outside of the bubble.
We can
can,
see outside of the
yes.
bubble. It's just
we
the
can't.
other way
Yeah, the
around.
other way around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He's actually going to do his watch, unlike
wanting
the rest of us.
to make
Do the
sure,
roll.
because there's
is
been
so
a few
unnecessary.
people who have already been here, one of which expressed some disconcern.
Mm-hmm.
But I may make a few offhand comments towards my axe. So, like,
Okay.
you know,
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me perception as you're taking in the surroundings.
Meat.
I'll show you.
Meat?
Meat.
Yeah, it's meat.
Meat.
You're gonna drink meat.
Liquid meat.
That sounds disgusting.
18.
Okay.
I like it.
So as you are sitting down and you're kind of surveying the area, making sure everyone is safe, you do notice there is some movement coming from Boren's house. Just quick, like shadows moving around because there's no lights on in there, and you don't have it. You can only have vision from the moonlight and the fire that's nearby. As you guys are a ways away from his house, you just see some movement in there. In the near vicinity, all of your compatriots seem to be sleeping. Eleanor definitely... Sorry, not Eleanor. Evelyn. Well, Evelyn, again, is still tossing and turning. But she does seem to be... I mean, you wouldn't know from context, but she is tossing and turning less than previously. But you wouldn't know something like that. Anyway, in the nearby vicinity of the trees, you probably would see several like animals about, but as a reminder, the black ooze that you guys had previously encountered has started to creep farther and farther east now, and has encapsulated part of the dome. It's not entering the dome, but
It's going up it now?
Oh yeah, it's sliding down the side. Like a... I mean, this is a dome, so it's just like a...
That's gross.
Yeah, it's a like oil spill type of coming down the side. So it kind of reveals a little bit of the arcane nature, but doesn't seem to be entering the bubble in any way. But there is obviously less wildlife, if any, coming from that side. Like you would see occasionally squirrels and birds and such on the other side. But your watch otherwise goes uneventfully. And depending on if you choose to have a fourth watch or not is up to you. If you want to wake up Finnick or not. I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah. I'm gonna wake up Finnick.
Okay. So you head over to the double tent, and you see that Finnick, at this point, has no blankets.
He's just sprawled out.
Yep, completely sprawled out, as there's no one else in there. And he seems to be, like his nose is twitching in his sleep, and he's letting out little wheezes, as he's sleeping, and you shake him awake. And first thing you see as you wake up with like a sudden jolt is a dragonborn.
His least favorite person.
Right. Love it.
and you do see that
Sapphire's gone.
Sapphire is gone.
I assume the first thing he would do would be like to roll over and like kind of grab for something, whatever's closest, whatever would be.
Are you talking about weapon, or are you?
Okay. Whatever weapon is closest.
So you would probably keep your trident or your sword closest. I will let you choose either. As like a reactionary type of thing. Are you like taking a swing at him? Is that
no?
the
It would
idea?
be more of like a
Like an oh shit, do we need to fight thing?
well, oh shit, why is there a dragon near me?
Yeah,
That's why is Duke near me?
Reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll say your sword is sticking out of your bag, and you just reach in, grab that quick, and you have it like ready.
Yeah.
And
And it'd be more of like a race to get like
Right.
yeah, like
Okay.
putting something between him and this dragon face.
yeah. So you, in a hurry, reach over, grab it, and like get ready, and then you realize it's Duke. After your senses come back to you a little bit, and you're like, oh, I'm safe? Question mark?
Yeah, remember where you are.
Yeah. And I'm assuming you don't immediately is trying to attack him or anything. How do you react?
like his reaction to that is, you're not going to need that.
Finnick would look around and go, "Where is she?"
She's sleeping on the bear.
That should be the title. On the bear. That's the title right there.
Why?
We need a terminology for this.
Yeah.
Did you ask me why?
Yeah.
I don't know, but she seemed a little strange when she woke me up.
Just got real drunk with Chatz.
Anyway, we still have some time left, and I think it would be wise to ensure that we have an eye out, because we've already invited folks who are not quite interested in our presence.
It makes sense, though. I will start breakfast as I watch.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you head to bed, and by that I mean you sit down where you previously were. Are you doing anything special on your watch?
I would probably just sit kind of like wherever the fire is.
By these three. Yep.
Well,
Every time you see like Sapphire try to roll up in my blanket, I kick her.
and then in subconsciously no, slap you back.
Yeah, I think Finnick would sit by the fire and he would bring his trident and just like be cleaning his trident as he just kind of watches around, and then he would. I feel like he kind of would know what you make and kind of what you prep every day. So
usually I do like a porridge in the morning.
So he's gonna like start prepping anything he can to help you when you wake up to so things are kind of ready.
Probably water.
Yeah.
Most important thing in the morning.
Okay, sounds good. So, you can gather, the basic ingredients that that Rowan prepares for breakfast. Are you keeping watch while you're trying to do this, or are you more focused on your task?
Probably like watching, because that's what I'm there for, but prepping, like knowing that we're in a bubble and that we're a little more safe than we normally are. Your attention would 70-30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not 100% like it normally is.
I'll say you're probably using your passive perception then,
So shit.
which is fine. I mean, so you go about trying to find, some water and some basic herbs and ingredients that might be nearby, either from Boren or like he has a well that he gets water from and whatnot. So you're up and about and not like focused on sitting there and like scanning the area necessarily, but you finish the preparations for breakfast and you don't seem to notice anything out of the ordinary other than people sleeping,
Except my possible ex-girlfriend sleeping on a bear with my best friend.
Yep. I mean,
Slapping him in her sleep.
Yeah.
Kicking her back.
Just kicking some dirt in her face.
I mean, you have no idea what you talk to Chatz about. So
Yeah.
anyway, so the sun eventually rises on your sleep. So feel free to do your long rest as you guys all benefit from.
I don't think I
rest.
used anything because I just
I
watched the
fought
combat.
Chatz, so I need a little...
I just watched it
Oh,
happen.
that's
I ate my
right.
food.
That's right. I do have things that I can
I
recover.
fought Chatz, but I only lost one rage.
Nope. that's
Only
not the
one
right
rage.
Yep.
It's only one.
button.
There are multiple rages.
I can become very angry.
No, you're
I
good.
can become very angry 4 times a day.
Oh.
Hmm.
So.
I can only become angry once.
So you finish the preparations, and naturally people start
Finnick.
waking up.
The preposition.
You Finnick?
Yeah,
You said
finish.
Finish. Yes, you Finnick the preparations.
Yeah.
And people start naturally waking up on their own. You probably would hear, because you're very close to them, so you probably would wake up and hear the preparations being made, as you are so used to doing as you guys have been traveling for a while together. So,
Does Boren keep any animals?
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, no.
Yeah, I killed it.
I think
That's
that
not
was.
canon. You thought it was, but
Oh, I thought you said it was his.
I can't remember if it.
I don't remember.
In my
I don't-
head, it was his.
I think we thought it could be his, but sure, it's his. Sure, it was
Yeah.
his. That he's like, I wonder where that went, and it hasn't come
I'm
back
pretty
yet.
sure it was his owl.
Sure, we'll say it is. He definitely has like chickens and such that are on the farm because you guys got some eggs
You
from
grabbed some
him.
eggs from him. That's right.
But he probably doesn't have like cows or anything.
Sounds like today we're having
She
chicken.
probably has, like, maybe goats for
Yep,
milk.
yep. I was gonna say
Okay.
goats, maybe a pig. Like we're talking small operation.
I'm just looking for some cream in the morning.
He's
Since
just got
we're
enough
traveling.
to get himself by.
That's exactly
We're
it.
having-
Yeah, self-sustaining.
I get up and like I try to one more time like pull my blanket away from Sapphire and I'm just like fuck it.
I totally spin into it with a smirk on my face.
Just looking out.
And I start walking away towards Boren's, but at the same time I like look down and I'm like, when the fuck did you get here?
And that wakes you up.
What?
That's my bear.
That's my bear.
It's mine now. Flip you off. Go back to sleep.
But what does Clifton have to say?
He's still sleeping, so food hasn't been prepared yet, and therefore he is still sleeping.
I will
I guess he
stomp
is
off
driven
towards
by
towards Boren's. And
As you're approaching, you would see, a smokestack come out of his house. As you can see, he's up and about, tending to his chickens and whatnot. And he sees you approaching, and he puts down his feed and approaches you and says, "What can I do for you?"
I saw your goat. I was just wondering if I could get a little bit of milk off of him.
Sure. Betsy is her name.
Oh, sure, Betsy.
We'll see if she's up for it this morning. Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check. as you...
Oh no, Warren, I'm going to have... I just want some milk. I was going to let you... I was going to pay you for it.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were going to try and take it yourself.
Yeah, no.
And he
But
says...
that would be more interesting.
Yes.
No.
He says...
I know where my talents lie, and it's not milk and goats.
Well, Betsy's a little finicky, so I understand if you don't want to do it yourself. Do you have anything to trade, perhaps? I mean, I haven't eaten breakfast yet, I mean...
You know what? I'm actually in the process of making breakfast. We plan on leaving this morning, so if you'd like to join us, I make a very mean breakfast.
I mean, if you're offering, I guess I can't... I can't turn down a good breakfast.
Sure.
I tend to just eat porridge myself. I don't like eating a lot. I usually try and sell any gestures to the chickens and the goat and whatnot. He says I tend to try and sell some of the stuff in case I need it. You know, I don't try and eat my own supply, if that makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
If I don't have to. But
fair enough. But yeah, I'll leave you be to it if you want to bring the cream in a few minutes. We should be ready to eat.
All right, sounds good. And he heads over to the goat that is grazing in the nearby field.
I walk back and I see Sapphire still sleeping and I kick her boots and I say, hey.
Hope you hurt yourself on those boots because I'm wearing stilettos.
Not kicking your heel. And I'll say, hey, forest girl, I need some berries.
Oh, fuck.
Use your fucking berries.
I already did in the pemmican.
No, man, sorry for your future children.
Fine, you can have porridge.
What kind of fucking berries do you want? I sit up, my hair's just like everywhere.
The non-poison kind.
They're gonna cost you extra.
And you'll have breakfast.
Ugh!
Finnick, will you go with her and make sure she doesn't pick
No,
any
I'll
poison
go,
berries?
it's fine, I'm going for berries. Jesus!
I don't see anything wrong. You two seem to work well together.
Yes, we do, Finnick, berries! Let's go!
Okay.
Chatz, you wanna come with us?
No, Chatz needs...
Oh, I'm still waking up. I'm sorry. No,
I know you were upset yesterday when we went foraging without you. You're so good at finding things.
I know
I'm really...
Chatz here for some additional prep work.
I think you two are more than equipped to do this work. And you can talk and get to know each
You
other
don't
better.
need us to help you with the prep work for the whatever we're doing today?
You can help us by getting the berries. And
Okay.
you make sure she...
Back me up
Probably
here,
a better.
Finnick. You two can handle this, correct?
We're fine. What kind of berries do you need?
Anything that's not poisonous.
Okay. And he just leaves.
Wait, okay.
You just like head.
Yeah, you just, fuck this. Let's get some berries. He's hungry. Let's get this show on the road.
I look at you and I'm like, what the fuck?
Do you follow after him?
Yes.
Okay, so Finnick, you start heading directly into the forest, and Sapphire is quickly behind you. Go ahead and roll me nature. If you want to help each other, you can roll with advantage, one of you. Doesn't matter.
I don't know what my nature is because I have to
horrible
read
nature.
it's sending me a verification code for Twitch and it's not working and it's not very good. I can tell you right now I rolled a 5.
What'd you roll? You rolled separately, correct?
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
Not a 5.
Lower?
Yeah.
Did you roll a 1?
No.
2?
3.
Okay. We'll say you guys have some trouble finding some berries. A lot of the stuff that you guys have been foraging seems to be fairly picked over by either the wildlife or you guys, or born. You don't know. But it seems like it takes you a little bit longer than you initially thought. Like, you thought initially it'd be super easy. Like, oh, I'd go to this one tree that we went to yesterday.
It's because Sapphire keeps looking at Finnick and wants to say something, but then she gets, like, flushed in the face and is like, is this a berry? And she holds up, like, an acorn.
Are you okay? You look hot, but, like, warm. I mean, you look warm. And he just walks away.
You just hear smooth.
Yeah.
I mean,
He just goes to a tree and starts shaking it.
and a squirrel falls out and like angrily shakes its nuts at you.
Yeah.
just take his berries.
Yeah. He only has nuts.
Take them then. Here, use this arrow. Kill the squirrel. We take the squirrel. And
I have
go
an
away.
arrow.
Go ahead and roll for an attack to kill this poor racist squirrel.
It's funny. First attack roll in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be 28.
Yeah. You effortlessly just like pull out your. Are you using a bow and arrow?
Yeah,
or
it's my longbow.
okay, so you pull out your longbow, which is just overkill.
Yeah.
This thing is
Pulling out my shotgun
Right?
for the squirrel.
this thing in an immediate
I mean,
distance.
you can use my boomerang if you want.
It's up to you. Whatever you want to attack it with.
Yeah, I'll just attack it with a boomerang.
Okay, so you pull out your boomerang that you've never used before.
Oh, I have a boomerang, you guys. I ever tell you I have a boomerang? Because I'm not being funny.
Yeah, you throw this, and it just smacks this thing in the side of the head, and
Does the squirrel just like fall from the tree?
yes, it just immediately just smack, fall, and your boomerang just keeps going and comes right back to you.
Yeah, I'll catch it and I'll look at the squirrel and go, it doesn't have any berries, it's just nuts.
It had a couple like acorns in its hands that have just fallen now, and are at your feet along with the squirrel that you killed.
Do we need this?
I don't know. You killed it, so
I mean, he shook his nuts at me. I don't...
Oh my god.
I can't. I let's just take it. Let's just take it. Rowan will do something with it. He's a good cook.
Yeah, he can make a squallet.
Yeah, sure.
You know what a squallet is? No. It's a wallet made of a squirrel.
Oh yeah,
That's a squallet.
I forgot about that.
I
Yeah.
want a squallet.
So, over the course of, we'll say, an hour, it takes you guys, because you are proficient in nature, I believe, you have an idea of what you should and should not pick up for berries and whatnot. So I will say you don't get anything poisonous
Okay.
Yeah, I
necessarily.
have a really good survival.
Just
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, just not much, and it takes you a little while.
Should we look? Okay, so we did a really bad job finding berries. I blame it on the fact that we're both clearly still waking up.
Yeah, I didn't sleep well.
I didn't either.
I noticed you were outside.
Yeah. I keep walking. I look at you awkward and walk away. And look at a tree for a little while and gather my thoughts and then go, what if we brought Rowan some eggs?
Yeah, I do know where
He already has eggs.
He knows it because he
Yeah.
went and got them for me.
Yeah. Yeah, he has eggs. He needs berries. I'm like, is this enough berries?
Just like a small handful.
Yeah, just like 4.
And you have 5.
Is this enough?
Is this enough?
What if we...
Bring them back and I'm like, I guess.
I guess I won't make berry compote today.
Okay. What if we get him some...
Is this
What other things do you put? Nuts? No.
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 The squirrel had nuts. I don't know. Berries.
Take them anyway.
Taking the nuts.
So
What
yeah.
else do you put in breakfast food?
Well, I've traveled with Rowan. He puts a lot of whiskey in things.
Okay, but he has the whiskey already.
Always.
Oh, there's...
I don't know. Finnick, do you cook? Because I don't cook.
I know.
So I don't really know what you would put in breakfast. Berries, eggs. We got squirrels. That could be like bacon.
Good.
Squirrel
White meat.
bacon. Maybe. That's all I got. Chatz told me yesterday about some kind of vegetable root. Meat root. Grainy root. Root? Some kind of
Rutabaga?
root.
I'm not there.
I don't remember. He was telling me that I should eat more.
Do we need to just make a salad? Do we need some like greens?
No, God. No.
Right.
Why would we have salad?
I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of like that around.
What?
There's definitely a lot of foliage around.
Yeah.
I'm not. I am
Is that
not
fiber? I don't
gonna
know.
eat a plant a tree plant.
We're gonna eat nuts that plant trees.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean,
That's
that's
some
like
fucking
that's a-
logic.
right.
You know what? It's too early for me to have this conversation and to think about this. Rowan needs berries. I've got 5 berries. They don't look poisonous. That one looks like it might spoil any minute. Let's go back to camp.
Yeah, he'll be fine with this.
And as you walk away, 4 teary-eyed squirrel baby eyes peek over a branch as you carry away their mother.
Yeah. It's like... hold a nut.
You guys make your way back to the camp with your kittens of berries.
And a full squirrel.
And
I have them in my hand like this, and I go up to Rowan and I go, guess what I have? Oh, you know what I have. Guess how many I have.
Not enough, I'll tell you that.
Okay, but that's not the game we're playing, Rowan. I need you to guess how many I have.
And I need you to guess how much patience I have this morning.
At least 1.
You gotta have at least one because you're playing this game with me, Rowan.
You're betting on a pretty high number there.
Oh, come on. You shoved a meat stick in my mouth yesterday. Play the game with me.
God. Oh my god.
It was pemmican.
Yeah, whatever. I don't remember what you were calling it.
Just give me the fucking berries.
Alright, fine. I had you 5 berries. One looks like it's rotten and the other 2 of them are tiny.
I want to throw it away. I love that temples. Do you have anything to... Is that a squirrel?
Yeah, I have 4 berries and a squirrel holding some nuts.
Use the nuts, but a squirrel. God damn it.
We
thought it would be bacon.
We bring you a squirrel every time.
Put the squirrel in a soup.
Yeah.
And the squirrel definitely looks pregnant.
Oh.
She's already
good.
stuffed.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe just saute
Alright,
it.
just go ahead and clean it. I'll do something with it.
Oh, we're not famous, but I think PETA just protested us.
Did you get in trouble? Did you get canceled for eating menageries?
No. It's meat.
What I had started off of the flour that we had gotten from Boren the night before is I had started making crepes to actually once he came over with the milk, I had actually started making a pote like you said.
Yeah.
But now I have to take these berries and these nuts and do something with them.
Okay, but if you've got cream, then and you put it in a jar and you shake it a lot, it'll make like a whipping thing.
Yes, I know what whipping cream is.
Oh, okay. That's just the job that I had when Father Isaac cooked.
We don't have 2 hours to make whipping cream.
That's why you shake it in a jar. It goes a lot faster.
Oh my god, okay, here. And
No,
I take a little bit of the cream, I put it in a jar, and I hand it to Sapphire. I put a little bit of sugar in there. Here you go. Start shaking.
I do, but I'm not going to do it on camera.
Not givable.
Did the alchemy jug make whipping cream?
No, I don't think so. It
It's
makes mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
But like mayonnaise and whipping cream are like within the same.
They're in the same
Family,
vein,
right?
but that'd be like asking a ring of cold to be like, can you also make
Milkshakes?
Yeah, like it's not in its wheelhouse, but it's similar.
But if you mix the mayonnaise with some sugar, would it become technically a custard?
Oh god, no.
Oh.
Disgusting.
Yes.
Anyway,
Okay, I'm going to experiment next time I make custard. I won't tell Josh. And
It's
just
custard now. That's something amazing.
I made something
So
other
I'm talking
like,
with
wasn't it?
Chatz here about stuff.
Do you think we're ever going to get to
Noticing
these
that,
Okay.
what the hell happened last night?
Oh, I don't know. I broke up a relationship.
A relationship that didn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Sapphire and I talked.
I mean, she's normally strange and eccentric, but this is a new level.
I
Also-
don't know if it's new. Really, she felt this way all along, but maybe I pointed out something that wasn't quite obvious to her, and maybe she took it in a negative light because of previous experiences. Look,
So when are you going to just tell me that you told her that Finnick likes her.
Oh, well, that was the next thing. But
Yeah.
since you've already picked it out,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, everyone knows it, right?
Did you also include Rowan in all of that? Because it seems like this is very, well, I just, maybe, you know what, just...
I mean, I shared some antidotes from my previous romantic affairs, and I just kind of let it sit where it was. I don't think there's anything wrong, although it does make good drama.
Too. Oh my god.
Are you guys trying to be secretive about this in any way?
I was
You're just
like,
talking
we're
out
like,
loud.
I'm
Not-
standing
Stirring your combo?
Because you would know that Rowan is very perceptive.
I imagine that they are having this quietly aside conversation.
That's why I'm asking. I don't
Yeah.
know how secretive you're trying to be.
I
Well,
I wouldn't
we're
imagine he'd just
a little
say
ways
it out
away, and I'm not talking particularly loud, but
Okay,
stage whispers.
yes.
I understand.
Rowan's distracted because I have now finished making my whipping cream, and I am like just giving some to.
I believe this is while they're gone.
I was like, this is
correct?
why you were gone.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yes,
gone.
Yes.
Oh.
I guess the way I see it is that, it doesn't. I understand that it could cause some upset, but she's young. She needs to learn these things. That, if someone throws you signs, you need to respond in kind. Either it is positive or negative, but it does set the precedent. If she doesn't want to be with him, if he is supposed to be a friend, you need to explain that. Otherwise, he is just going to pine after her, and it's going to make things even more awkward.
Oh boy. Was now the best time?
It just happened. I don't know what to tell you. It
How does
happened.
When
does that kind of
did
conversation
Chatz
just
turn into
happen?
like a Karen? Chatz is the most Karen.
Just imagine the Duke is just like, why the fuck is this
Meet my
my team?
grandma.
Is that her name?
Yes,
Oh.
Like she's never gonna watch this.
I know, right? Anyway,
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I just felt like it just came out. That we were just talking very casually, and I just couldn't. She brought up how her and Finnick was such good friends, and I was like, really? And
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm sure that's exactly how this all developed, and you just thought, you two should definitely be a thing. Right, yeah.
no, I told her that she should at least express to Finnick how she feels so that there isn't confusion.
She slept on a bear.
Okay.
Rowan.
Well, that was a whole nother topic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure, absolutely. Right.
Yeah, Rowan, where are you on the whole? 0 to 10. Where are you on Clifton and Rowan? Okay.
You look over and I'm like spooning him a little bit of like cream.
And he is licking it up like a cat.
Yeah.
Like
8.5. Keep going up.
That was another topic, but I mean, come on, a little, right?
Gonna be as ambiguous as I can.
Never
with this.
once
Right?
given that any thought.
Yep.
Okay, but now that I brought it to attention, give it a little thought and look. Just look. Look at what he's doing wrong.
And he's feeding him and like he has the cream all over his face. It looks like he just has a bunch of white stuff all over his face and in his fur, and he's like trying to lick it and also trying to like get it with his paw so he can lick it.
Just look at Rowan's expression.
I don't know what that means.
Pretty happy with my wearer.
Yeah.
Chatz,
Okay, we're getting off topic.
I am not accustomed to any of these people and the, customs of infatuations.
Oh, okay.
Poor Duke.
I understand. I know this all is strange, but how strange is it? You've been riding around with me and a bunch of strangers for half a year. You think that after that much time, you'd get at least a little used to a culture different than the one you came from. I don't mean to be rude, I'm just saying it's...
No, Chatz, I think what's important here is... Can you tell me honestly what the hell you think would at all seem normal to me when all of this is new?
What? It's new, but it's more like same with different themes. It's... I mean...
We don't have people feeding bear people. We don't even have bear people.
We're just all dragon people, man.
Look, I know they exist, but that's not a thing at all. I don't know. Interactions like...
Well, okay, forgive me, but I don't know your people either. You're the first... Well, okay. Again... Osvius and you were the first interaction I had with Dragonborn. Sorry, I was talking with Sapphire last night about Osvius and you, and...
You are aware that, technically speaking, I'm the only one that is the true... He was raised by humans.
Oh.
He was raised in their
Seems a
custom.
little racist, but...
Yeah, right?
I'm the only one that's truly unaccustomed to the world that you
okay.
pop around.
Semantics aside, I don't know Dragonborn culture. It's foreign to me as much as our culture is foreign to you. So, give us a break there. Anyway.
I'm the one that's asking for the break. You're telling me, hey, what do you think? Is he, with the bear?
But really? Is he?
You look over and I'm like scratching him behind the ear again.
And he's like trying to stop you, but also like really enjoying it at the same time.
Look, all I can really say is the last time I've seen this sort of interaction with a human and an animal, they called them pets.
Well, okay, I see where you're going here.
Which this, in that context, sounds a little like slavery to me, but,
Well, okay. See, the idea of pets is that the
I know what a
animal...
pet is.
Fine.
I'm just saying,
You
that's
seem
what it
foreign
looks
to
like
the concept.
But that is what that looks like to me.
Well, okay, but Clifton is more than a pet, obviously. And so that's why it seems a little gay. Look, we're getting off topic here.
You seemed... I don't know why you seem concerned about that.
Just curiosity. You know what they say about curiosity in the tabaxi, right?
No, I don't.
We just can't stop inquiring. Anyway,
That doesn't even... Okay. Right. So... Oh my god.
Duke's gonna go back to the Dragonborn culture and be like, I'm never leaving again. These people are weird.
We should not explore.
Welcome, my dragon overlords. I'm tired of the outside world.
It's just fucked up out there.
And
That's all it is.
at about this time, I've arrived, and I'm like, guess the berries, Rowan.
Anyway.
You've made it always awkward now with her.
Oh, she's a little awkward, aren't you? Oh.
I mean, that's a family trait, but it's different.
That's fair.
What are you two whispering about over there?
Nuts.
Scale of 1 to 10. Okay?
That also was an episode title. Scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Shrug your shoulders.
Brothers or lovers?
Oh, God.
They've been through some stuff together, Rowan.
So,
I'm at least a 5.5.
anyway, yeah, we have
It's not my place to judge.
a lot. We have a lot to consider now that there is possibly a, well, at least sort of small. I don't know. Group assistance, maybe. I don't know. Whatever his cousin brought.
It's just his cousin.
My
I
cousin brought my
think
cousin.
his cousin is fine. I don't think she poses a risk necessarily.
I meant the group that she spoke of.
The one we're going to rescue.
Oh. I mean, I feel like it's beneficial for us to
Right.
free them.
But
Yes.
we, so that we need to go do that. And then take the mountain.
Yes.
So is this like a walking taco breakfast? So that we can...
What the fuck is a taco?
Oh my god.
This is not Adventure Zone. We're not
I
having
know.
that conversation.
No, we won't. No. Sorry, Justin McElroy. And we're back.
I start giving the nuts that that Finnick had brought with the squirrel to Clifton to crack open with his mighty bear paws.
Which he does effortlessly.
Yes.
Like, almost like a cat playing with a toy, just, like, pounces on it and just, like,
Good,
beats
I
it.
hope he was doing like a pounce
Yes.
to crack him open.
Yes. Also, in his teeth.
I like your bear friend. He's adorable. We're keeping him, right?
Of course we're keeping Clifton.
And he said, I'm assuming you're saying this loud enough for him
I
to
am,
hear.
yeah.
He says, why would you get rid of me?
I wouldn't. I
That
wanted
could be
to
an
make
awkward
sure that we weren't.
conversation.
Because I would revolt if we did.
Good.
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 Okay.
What the fuck were we talking about?
I don't know. Is
Anyway.
this breakfast to go? Because I feel like we're losing daylight here. I mean, I went and looked for berries and I got real lost, and that took a long time.
Anyway,
Let's shovel some breakfast in as we talk about our day's plans.
well, I'm finishing
Well,
up
we should
here
be on the
shortly.
way- it
Everybody
was at
can
the
get their
mountain,
own.
right?
It was on the other side of Taran.
the real mountain. How
In the-
long?
in the
How
mountain
long?
side.
Rowan's cousin? What's her name?
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Why are you looking over there?
I don't know. Because I thought you were sitting over by Finnick.
I mean, she was probably sitting over by Rowan.
I gotcha.
But out of character, why are you looking over there? I feel like Eric's gonna tell you what Rosemary's doing.
Rosemary is Eric's new character.
Yeah, by the way.
What the
Female
goddamn?
barbarian.
Oh, Sapphire is deciding
She
that
would
she
like
likes
to
women now.
menstruate.
Okay, anyway. Rosemary, how long does it take to get to this mountain?
I mean, it shouldn't take too long. It's probably about an hour's journey.
Well, we
over
can
there.
walk and talk. Perfect.
I'm not done making breakfast. Give
Cook
me a couple more
faster,
minutes.
Rowan!
They're walking tacos, you said?
Yeah.
But what's a taco?
It's like
It's more cash.
really flat
Oh.
bread, with really flat, crispy
like
bread.
the crepe?
What?
Yeah, but and then you put the stuff inside of it, and then you
Like,
flip
would
it
be
closed.
Like the crepe.
Yeah,
Oh, sure. why
crepe
not?
taco.
I feel like because
It's
they-
just a crepe.
They seem
Sure,
like
they don't call them crepes in other, in
a
some
walking crepe.
places.
Walking crepe.
Walking crepe.
I like it. Yeah.
I like it too.
I take the nuts and I actually just fry them up in a pan real quick with some seasonings. Probably something sweet. We'll just do some cinnamon or something.
Okay.
And yeah, so she made whipping cream. And I just kind of, like, give a quick slight to everybody. And, like I stand in front of Sapphire, and I'm like, she made whipping cream to go on top of the crepe.
Euphemism?
I don't understand.
No, but
I'm holding the jar that I wasn't
goat's milk
shaking
is
at
a
all. That's
little
just
on the
milk
sour
and sugar.
side.
And I look at it and I go, actually, I didn't because I forgot that you gave me this jar.
God damn it, you're useless.
it may be just. It might have just turned into sour butter.
And
So then I give it to Clifton and I
And
go,
he
here's
just-
a milkshake.
and he just nose in the container. Just,
Oh,
Sorry,
at least
Rowan,
the bear
I got
is dead.
distracted.
Fair enough.
I apologize.
more.
I'm not a very good assistant in the kitchen.
He's in it more.
Oh
As
my
he's-
god.
as
He's
he's
going to
eating.
eat the jaw.
Let him lick it clean. Everybody help yourselves.
At this point, Boren brought over the cream, left to continue with his chores, and has come back and has awkwardly taken some crepes and
Walking crepes. He's leaving them.
yeah. He immediately comes over, grabs some crepes, gives you guys like a look, and
What's up, friend?
Born. Have a seat.
and he immediately looks at the two were creatures that he knows of and says, I better not.
Please. I insist.
Chatz, it's fine if he doesn't want to.
Only persuasion.
Yeah, I think he can leave if he'd like.
This is still 26.
42, but whatever. No, it's actually only a 14.
Must roll the 1.
Right? So he looks at you and looks at the log that you gestured to, and he says, only for a bit, as I finish these. And so he sits down next to you. But definitely is giving the rest of the party, like, the stink eye.
Okay. I'll shovel a few bites into my mouth before, and let him eat too before bringing anything up, and I'll say, Born, I know we talked yesterday, but I know what it feels like to have ill feelings towards a people more than once.
I think we all do, Chatz.
I'm talking to him, not you.
Oh, we're all here.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you're not being quiet, so.
I guess I understand where you're coming from. I've been there. But honestly, if anything's going to change, we need every good soul to pitch in. I can't make you do anything. I can't make up your mind, but I know you don't like the were creatures. Let's just say it plainly. But I've learned that there are some good ones, and that is this fascist bureaucracy that's keeping good people from doing the right thing. I just hope you I hope you can see that, and that when friends who act in a friendly manner ask for your aid, you'll see that.
I don't know what you see in their kind. I've never. It's been a long time since I've met a good one. Let's just put it that way. It's definitely not easy for me to see their kind in here. I mean, obviously don't wish me ill will, but I definitely don't trust them. And perhaps your allegiance helps with that. At least makes me a little less wary of them, but I still can't, in good conscience, just give up that notion that they're just rotten to the core. And I speak from a place of knowing how evil that core can be.
Well, Born, we thank you at least for letting us stay here for another night. Not kicking us out right away when we brought them here.
You were helpful to me while you were here, and I owed you a debt for that. But
Hey, what happened to our horses?
what horses?
We came with horses.
I don't.
I think we did.
We did come with horses.
And like he specifically doesn't.
Right.
Like he stares for a second and says, I don't remember there being horses. The years have gotten to me. I tend to my crops and my chickens, and I don't really see much else. Perhaps they wandered off. I'm not sure.
Perhaps. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for whatever this is.
Walking crepe.
The crepe.
Walking crepe.
Sure. And he stands up and finishes his crepe that he had, and dusts himself off and starts heading back to his cabin. And Rosemary, who has finished her meal at this point, and wipes her face with her hand and says, "We're ready to go?"
Yes.
Now I think is the best time.
I think so too.
Let's be about it.
Let's go, guys.
Clean up my stuff and
Pack up
let's
our
head
camp.
out. Head out.
Okay. Sounds good. So at this point, it's probably early morning.
We should have asked Born if we could bring all of the people we're about to save here at least. They're all human.
Let's do it
Well,
one step at a time.
Let's,
Yeah, that's true.
on the way out, you bring that up and I want to say, well, let's maybe scope out an area we can bring them to. It doesn't have to be Bourne's place.
That's fair.
It just needs to be somewhere
Honestly, if we
there.
can claim the whole cave, once we get an idea of what the cave system looks like, maybe we could just make that our hideout. Caves are pretty easy to keep guarded if they don't have an exit on the other end.
If we can convince folk that we didn't infiltrate the caves and that it's still under our control, then yes, we could use the cave as a hideout for now. Mm-hmm. At
Maybe
least in the short term.
Right.
Eventually they'll figure it out, but if we can convince them that they're still in control, that would be beneficial to us.
And there could be other caves.
It's more likely that once we take siege, this is all going to have to stop.
Yeah, you're probably right. It won't take kindly to
Well,
what we're about to do.
Are we all ready to go then?
I'm ready to go on a long walk and kick some ass.
Okay.
And let's get at it.
So you guys pack up your belongings and start heading out east of Boren's estate. Are you guys directly going towards Tarn? Or are you going to try and skirt around it? How are you?
I feel like Rosemary would know the way.
Yeah, we should probably skirt
Sure.
around it, stay in the woods as much as possible, because
Right.
wanted criminals at this point.
Right.
So
So I mean the woods don't go directly to the mountainside. Like there's definitely open field.
Give it a wide berth.
Yeah.
It's really.
yeah.
Are you guys trying to be stealthy?
Oh yeah,
anyway?
pass without a trace.
Okay. So go ahead and mark your pass without trace, and everyone, if you would like to give me stealth checks, +10. I will roll for said creatures.
Oh, good.
Did you roll, Rowan? Plus 10. Ooh, that's going to be a decent roll.
You pass without trace.
Mm.
So it's plus 10.
57.
Close.
54.
I didn't roll
No, normally it would be a 25, but now it's a 35.
that. Yeah, I didn't roll that high.
39.
So. 31.
Mm. Okay.
Fuck you.
31.
Okay. 31, 39.
I rolled really low. I'm only 22.
Okay,
Oh,
22.
that's okay. I've got a 15.
15 with the plus 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hot damn.
I did not roll a 1, though.
And 35.
Okay. So, I will say, Rosemary is pretty stealthy, for being how big she is. Both Evelyn and Clifton are not. Even with the plus 10, they still are about as loud as Duke. So,
Could you tell your bear friend to...
Could you tell your dragon friend to be quiet?
Yes.
Duke?
I was fucking kidding. Jesus.
I'm trying to make them be quieter, and it's just making me louder.
And then I just turn around and I look at Duke and I'm like, shh, you're being loud. Well, Rowan told me to tell you to be
on
quiet.
him, and now he's fucking loud.
Rowan told me to tell you to be
He
quiet.
wasn't loud before you slept on him, Sapphire.
Oh my god.
Don't sleep on my bear.
You weren't a very good napping companion anyway.
I didn't ask you to be.
You kick a lot.
It's my bear.
It's not your bear. He's his own bear. That's rude.
Definitely sounds like
Obviously.
a relationship.
He growls at you a little.
Yes.
We're friends.
Yeah, but you're your own bear.
And he chose to let me lay on him.
I like to cuddle.
I do too.
Get your own bear.
There's no other bears.
Get a different animal.
Evelyn looks over at you. I'm not a good cuddler.
I actually pull Obsidian out from behind my hood.
Oh.
You're a good cuddler, aren't you, sweet kitty?
And she purrs and nuzzles.
Yeah, I love this kitty. I throw her back behind me. She's a neck warmer.
Mhm.
Her head
She's
like
like a
pokes.
travel pillow.
Yeah, her head like pokes out like over here from behind
Scooted
like
out. Yeah.
like my hood, and like her arm like this. Her tail like flicks over on the side of my head.
So as you guys are making your way around the city, giving it a wide berth, you don't notice any patrols necessarily of any were creatures in the woods. Depending on how close you guys are getting to the edge would depend on if you see much. It's up to you guys how close you want to get to see Taran or not.
Keeping the wall in sight, but at a distance.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
But you can see for like a damn mile, can't you?
not anymore.
Oh, damn.
especially you're
We're
also
in all of my favorite terrain, so I'll get us where we need to go
correct.
post haste.
So you make your way around the city, keeping an eye out. They are patrolling, it seems like a little bit more than usual from what you guys previously have seen around the city. Like patrols at the gates and also around the wall. But you guys seem to be pretty stealthy. No one seems to take notice of you, and you make your way east, like the eastern corner of where Taran ends, and then it's just open grassland between the edge of Taran and like the tree line that you guys are in, and then the mountain range. And so you make it to the end of the trees, and Rosemary says, we won't have much cover, but I don't think we'll have an issue.
Everybody
Remind me, what season is it?
Spring.
Spring. Okay. I guess I'm gonna say like grass isn't very tall, but if we stay low, we might be able to stay under the cover of the grass.
I mean, that's a great idea. Yeah. I mean, there aren't any patrols or anything out here as far as I can tell. I mean, from when I came through, there wasn't anyone watching nearby.
Mhm.
I mean, there was occasionally some wildlife, but that's about it. So I feel like we should be okay. And so Rosemary leads the charge towards the entrance of where she remembers the cave is, and that's where we're going to take our first break. So we're coming back from a break. Last we left, you guys were heading towards the hidden cavern that Rosemary had told you about, and you guys were approaching the mountainside. So, with Rosemary in the lead, she heads you guys across that open grassland. You guys don't seem to notice anyone on top of you or anyone nearby, or even watching. You see
I'm keeping my eyes peeled.
Okay.
It seems similar to when we were on the mountain, Finnick. They're so cocky, they don't even think that people are going to try and attack them.
They have ruled this mountain for years. They don't fear anyone.
It's kind of dumb, right? You should always be afraid of something. Right?
Well, don't let it get to you, but yes, if this is what you've seen before, that's good for us.
That's true. That's very true.
Shh. Keep it down. Let's keep going.
Remember, I rolled a 15.
Yeah, he's not being super stealthy.
Shh.
What?
What?
Maybe
So-
we should pat his feet.
All right.
As you guys are heading towards the mountain, Rosemary motions you over to what looks like just a bare mountainside. Like, it doesn't look anything out of the ordinary. And as she approaches, she puts one hand up against the wall, smacks it, and then walks about 5 feet over, and just her hand goes directly through this area. And she says, "It's right here." And she steps in past this illusionary wall. Is everyone following?
Yes, I'm stealthy.
I'm going.
Okay.
Following my cousin.
Once more onto the breach.
What is the marching order?
I would like to be in the back of the train.
Okay, so you're in the back. Rosemary's.
I'll follow right behind her.
Okay.
I'm pretty stealthy. I feel like I would want to be towards the front.
Okay. The were creatures are going to be in back with you. Probably, like, either
Behind me.
behind you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clifton, do you have to breathe so loud?
It's hot. What do you want from me?
That's a weird pant.
He was like chewing and panting at the same time. He was chanting.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
Huh.
So we got Rosemary in front, and then Duke, Chatz. Where are you guys? Just right next to each other?
I'd probably be in the middle, yeah.
Okay. This is like a 50-foot wide. It's a very large cavern. So, I mean, you guys can be like side by side if you need to. But Rosemary is definitely going to be like leading the charge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she knows where to go.
Once we're in, I'm definitely like hugging the sides of the tunnels, just not to make too much of a profile.
Okay.
It's
It's pitch black in
Yeah,
here,
that's what I
so you have no vision. As unfortunately,
Aww.
and as you guys all make it in, Rosemary does start a fire on her torch off the wall, and it sparks to life. And you can see now this is a large cavern. It definitely looks pretty rough. It doesn't look like this is man-made in any way. It looks like this has naturally come about. The ground is uneven, very difficult terrain if you weren't with your ranger friend, whose her favorite terrain is mountains. So it's not super hard for you guys to make it through time-wise, but it's definitely, you have to be careful where you're stepping.
How deep are these caverns that we're needing to get?
I mean, I'm assuming you're talking to Rosemary, right? She says, it was a ways in here. I kind of lost track of time. I don't really know exactly.
Were there guards in here?
How did you even find this, cousin?
I heard some intel from some people in town. They were telling me about this place, and I figured, what's the worst that can happen? I figured I should check it out. You can definitely tell Rosemary seems a little uneasy, like a little, kind of nervous, as you guys are starting to make your way in.
Rosemary,
Can you do an insight on her?
Yeah, go ahead.
how many people were here? How many? Were there any guards?
I didn't see any guards. I didn't see a lot of people. I just saw some weird creatures and some people that needed some help.
Weird creatures.
16.
Like I said, she definitely seems a little uneasy, almost like she's scared, nervous. It's kind of hard, it's hard to pick up on specifically what she might be afraid of, or nervous about, but you definitely get a feeling just naturally that she seems, a little wavering, as she starts making her way forward.
Well, we definitely need to be ready for a fight at any moment's notice. I have my sword at the ready. So.
Yeah, I might bow out.
As you guys make your way a little bit further in, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to have a conversation with Rowan.
Oh, okay, go ahead. As you guys are walking around.
Rowan, how much do you trust your cousin?
To be honest, I haven't known her long, so...
She seems to be very skittish down here.
Well, to be fair, we're in a cavern where there could be... Does it look like there's, these tunnels? Are they carved, or are they naturally formed?
They're naturally formed.
Okay. I mean, there could be any number of things down here. Spiders, monsters.
And fantasy spiders. Jesus.
I'm sorry, did you say spiders? Did you say there was a spider?
No.
This big.
What?
It's a fantasy game. They have to be this big. They only come in one size. Big as fuck.
Today we learned Duke does not like spiders.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Christian.
I don't like giant goddamn fantasy spiders.
What about regular real life giant spiders?
Nope.
Dude, if a spider is large enough to eat you, fuck that.
Pretty sure Australia tried to burn them all down, but anyway.
Oh, rude.
I mean, keep an eye on her. Please don't hurt her.
I only hurt people that deserve it.
Fair enough.
As you guys, sorry, did you want to?
No.
So as you guys keep going a little bit farther along, you make it. This cavern is not like a straight line. It's very twisty, curvy. And as you're making it around, a smaller opening, she goes, I think it's this way, and she points. There's several splits in the road, and she points, and she starts heading down one of the pathways. And as she does, you guys all hear some really loud, what sounds like rocks and rubble. It's just a cacophony of sounds coming from way behind you. It's almost like also above you, but very far above you. As what you can probably imagine is some sort of rock slide or avalanche of some sort.
Yeah, I really hope that we're not going to get trapped in here. I don't know why I would say that. But now I'm feeling a little bit claustrophobic.
Right.
Somebody go and make sure that we're not caved in.
It's been a little ways since you have come in. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely double back if you want.
It's okay, I'm sure there's an exit on the other side.
Can I press my ear against the wall and try to sense where what's happening and how far away it is?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
I get advantage on things that have to do with hearing.
Okay, yeah.
I still rolled really horribly. It's still only a 9.
So, like I said, you get the sense that it's coming from behind you, in the sense that it's also coming from above you, and the fact that, rocks fall from mountains all the time. It might not be necessarily directly behind you, but because of the way sound travels, it would come in through the entrance where you guys came in, because that's the only way you would have that information.
Probably just some rocks settling.
Rosemary went a certain direction.
Yeah, she started heading down hallway.
Do an insight check on her.
Sure.
Just see if she's trying to lead us astray or something.
Okay, go ahead and give me an insight check. So you guys are pausing to kind of investigate the area and the...
That's a total of 8.
She's pretty hard to read.
Mm-hmm.
But as you guys are stopping to hear and assess the situation, most of you don't really realize this, as you guys all have dark vision, but specifically Duke would probably realize this, as his light source is slowly disappearing around the corner, and you guys are now in pitch dark.
Oh, we should probably follow her, huh?
Yes. Let's see, hold on. Do I have any oil? I don't think I do.
I have some
I whip
boxes.
out a torch and I light it up and hand it to Duke.
Oh,
Here,
well, I
will
mean,
this
I have
help you?
candles and plenty of oil, so...
I remember you saying that Dark's not really your friend.
Does not like me.
Fair enough. There you go.
I mean, it's pitch black in here, so without a light source at all, none of us can see.
Speak for yourself.
Truth. Well, that's some
You
bullshit.
can't even see in pitch blackness?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Because dark vision allows you to see, like, the immediate vicinity.
Yeah, so dark vision allows you to see if, like say you're outside and there's no moon, but there's still, some light coming. You can still see, versus if you were in a cave that's pitch black, even if you have dark vision, you can't see shit. There's no light to help you see.
Mm-hmm.
So, in this cave, is it like a rock floor, or is it like kind of a gravel floor?
It's a rock floor. I mean, it doesn't look like it's very worn. It's, like I said, it's very uneven.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be difficult terrain if you were not with your ranger friend.
Right.
So it's...
I like rocks, so I can help you walk faster with them.
Okay.
Tall rocks.
So you light up a torch and hand it to Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys heading towards where Rosemary
Yes.
was heading? Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
At this point, she's our only guide.
So as you follow that same walkway, are you trying to catch up to her, or are you just keeping the same pace?
I think we should catch up to her. We don't want her to be on her own in this place.
Is she just going? Like, she's not
she
waiting for us?
She didn't seem to notice that you guys had stopped, and so she just kept going at the pace she was going, which was fairly brisk. Again, she seemed agitated and nervous, and so she seemed like she was ready to keep going. So you guys kind of quicken your pace a little bit, and start heading towards that cavern where she was headed. And you guys eventually make it to the end of this cavern, which is a dead end. And you don't see Rosemary, and you don't see any continuation to this cavern. And
maybe it's another trick wall, like when we got in here.
It's fair.
Yes.
And as you say that, you hear a large click and a sound as the floor beneath you starts to separate very, very quickly.
So it's a trick floor.
And I need you all to make dex saves as you...
I don't like your cousin. She did this to us. This is her fault.
Oh no.
Natural 1.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
17.
16.
Dex save?
Yes. It's a natural 1. There's not much you can do.
I know.
Am I passive?
Um,
Do I see that he really failed?
I mean, with the light source being towards the front, it might be kind of hard to, especially because everything's happening so fast. It might be a little hard to see that.
Okay.
But I mean, like, you did roll fairly well in your deck save. Are you trying to, like, catch him?
I was gonna just throw a levitate at him.
So my evasion says that if I make a dex save and I fail, I still only take half damage.
Well, you don't know if you're taking any damage yet.
I don't know. I'm just reminding you, DM.
I rolled a 23.
23 is
Hey,
very
that's
good.
really
Nice.
good.
Okay. What did you roll?
15 as well.
15? Okay.
Rolled really low.
What did you roll, Rowan?
16.
16? Okay. So 17, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you two and you, all three of you fail, but I will say, unfortunately, you have to fail because you got a 1. But you guys are able to kind of grab the walls a little bit because it's pretty rough. But the floor has completely left. Like, there is no more floor.
I was in the middle.
Yes. So you just plummet, as well as both Evelyn and Clifton, who plummet with you. But
I slow fall.
yeah, you slow fall. So you grab the wall and
Just
you're
doing that slide down there.
Yep. And
He's so cool.
and Finnick, you kind of mimic Rowan, even though you don't have the necessary ability. Like you grab on a little bit and like you try and like hold on, but it's hard to hold your place. Are you using your levitate to not fall? Because
I succeeded though, didn't I?
you did succeed.
So
you're like on the wall. You found like a little bit of a ledge, and you're able to like hold there as you hear like a roar and a whatever Chatz sound.
I reach out to cast levitate on Chatz, and then I see Clifton
Just
and
plummet.
I can't
Evelyn?
Evelyn start falling, and I'm like, they're gonna have to fucking go down there anyway. Is it like can we see the bottom?
No, it's complete black. Complete pitch dark.
Oh, I don't want Chatz to die.
You would take 8 damage as you plummet down and fall a good 20 feet or so.
Okay, so you're not
No.
casting something.
I was going to, and then I see the other two falling. I'm like, we're gonna have to go get them anyway.
So
is that 8 total or
yeah, a total of 8, half to 4.
half to 4?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine.
Because you do lay it on your feet, it just kind of smarts. So, I will say the floor that you guys are on, it does eventually end, and so it's just open air to the ground. Like there isn't like a secondary wall beneath where you guys are at. So, there are, because you do have a light source of some sort, there is a ways away, probably a good 50 or so feet, like at an angle, there's, like a large pillar that's keeping, the floor up, that's cavernous. I mean, it's made of giant rock, that you can try and maybe jump to if you really wanted to. But this is like the middle of a large cavern that's beneath you guys. So
are they in a pit, or is the cavern down there where
there's a cavern. There's a large cavern that you fell into that you guys can kind of see. Like the light doesn't go very far. Like it doesn't reach the floor, but you guys can see a large area that you can probably make out just like the very faintest of this large pillar is probably the best way to describe it.
I'll go over it, Duke. What's the plan? Get them back up here or go down there?
Well, what's up there?
I don't know. Is the wall, like the dead end, is the wall close enough for me where I can try to like put my hand through it or like touch it?
You were towards the back, so I will say no.
Okay. Well, we're at a dead end, but like I said, we don't know where Rosemary went, so maybe the wall was a false wall, or maybe she led us to a trap like a big old bitch!
Okay, but if she's not here, that means she either went through said wall or down here.
If she went down here, the floor would have already been gaping open. Unless it closes.
Don't know that.
What?
That could have been what that rumbling earlier was. It just
Did that
echoes.
rumbling happen after she went out of our sight?
No, it was about the same time.
What do you want to do? What should we do?
Too circumstantial.
Do we go down, or do we try to get everybody back up here and go another way?
So far, I think we should go.
Fine. I let go
Okay, so you're
and cast levitate on myself.
okay. So you're just falling down.
Yeah.
Naturally, you're not gonna take any fall damage. Are you jump? Are you gonna try and jump and like grab the side of something? It's gonna be quite a jump to try and make it to a wall that's not, because it's a 20-foot fall from the hole you guys are at, and you're in the middle of this cavernous room. So I mean, if you wanted to try and like get to the bottom and like push off to try and make it to a wall and like make your way down, I will let you try that, but you're definitely going to be difficult to do so. Otherwise, you can just fall and you can probably do an acrobatics check if you would like, to maybe try and land on your feet and maybe take some less damage, but it's definitely, fucked if you do. Fucked if you
I'm
don't.
dumb. I should have levitated you. Because I can teleport. Too late.
So we have...
I think when I land in the bottom and smarts, I'm like, I pull out my rapier and my short sword, and I'm like, Rosemary, I don't like tricks.
Slightly, slowly flutter down next to you.
Yeah, are you...
What are you three doing since you're currently still like hanging on to this gaping hole that doesn't...
Oh no,
seem
I'm
to be-
using the wall to slide down.
So
Soulful.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
so the slow fall only works if you have a wall to go all the way down. Like I said, like there is
We could only fall to a ledge, and then there's... Right?
you can try and jump to a wall if you would like. There's no because it's a giant opening. Trying to think of a good way to describe this. Like think like a pit
Right.
that's so large that you'd have to like leap off of where you are to try and get to a wall. If you were to try and actually slow fall down the wall, it would be an acrobatics check or athletics, depending on whichever you prefer. But
Yeah, I'll take that acrobatics.
okay, so go ahead and give me. I will say it's a pretty steep DC, as it is a ways away from the wall. But go ahead and give me a try.
Ooh, 15.
I will say that is not good enough, unfortunately. So you are watching as Rowan gets down to the very edge of where this cliff face kind of falls off, and he pushes off and almost makes it to the farthest wall, and he just biffs it. But I will say that you only take a D6 instead of 2D6. Which is only 6.
I don't know if you want to try that, but I was thinking about using the rope.
Oh, let's jump.
Okay, go ahead and give me an athletics or acrobatics.
It is an 11.
Okay.
So when Rowan fell, did he just like
Should have
face
used the
plant in the
rope.
dirt?
So I will say you take 6 as well.
Also
So
face
yeah,
plant in the dirt.
I've got the grappling hook
That's
with
true.
the rope, so
That's true.
I'm going to plant the grappling hook and then climb the rope down.
Okay, sounds good. So you're leaving a rope to come back up with.
I mean, I could dislodge it when I get down there if
Okay,
I want.
sounds good.
That's because it's a grappling hook. But
So you stick it in there and you like rappel down to the very edge, and
We have climbing gear.
Yeah, we
You
do.
bought climbing. You and I bought climbing gear.
that's true. And you slowly
I don't need climbing gear. I can teleport.
you
Oh,
slowly make
you
your way
bought it.
down.
You bought
Are
me
you
climbing
releasing
gear.
it then?
yeah, I'll release it and then rewind.
Okay.
So
Um,
Rolling.
Rowan, I hate your cousin.
Oh, that would have been better.
So as you retract the grappling hook, the ceiling closes above you.
I expected that.
And I will say, Rowan, you landed nearby actually something that was in this room. So when you jumped and you missed the wall that you tried to land next to, you actually were jumping towards the southern portion of this large room, which you actually landed on a tent that looks like it's been here for quite a while. And as you stand up and dust yourself off, you see there is what looks like, obviously the tent that you landed on, a fairly large cauldron that looks like it was something was being cooked. But the fire has since been completely, it's gone. There's obviously no more fire.
Sure.
And it has been for a while. But you can see, let me pull up, just from the light that, Duke is giving off, you can see that this has a, green tint to this to the copper cauldron. It's about 4 feet wide, with a mouth of 3.5 feet in diameter, and it looks like it's pretty hefty, like about 50 pounds. You do see the light glistening off of it. It has an embossing on it, which has bulging sides of images of satyrs and nymphs in repose holding ladles. And the lid that is on it is a little bit askew, and it looks like, from what you can tell, it looks like there's some writing or some runes or something on the lid, as well as along the sides of the cauldron.
I think that's for you. You should take it.
Take the giant cauldron.
Chatz has a bag of holding.
This thing is wider than the bag of holding.
Wider than the bag of holding?
It's definitely wider than the bag of holding.
I don't know who taught you spatial awareness, but we may need to have...
It was my mother, and she was drunk.
That's fair.
Are you okay? You face planted right into that squished tent.
Yeah, I don't...
Well, that was a tent.
It was, until you landed on it.
I could use a tent.
Let's take it.
It looks fairly tattered, but usable.
You landed on it. But
Nobody
I have...
else is
Chatz fixed the
concerned.
tent.
Do you
I could
know,
have Chatz fix the tent.
Rowan,
Hold up
I have
here.
a box of scraps.
Are we not all concerned?
Just
There is a camp in here.
Well, I would camp in here if I fell through that hole too.
Right. Well,
Clifton
okay.
starts digging into this cauldron.
Don't eat that.
And
Something in there.
and
Clifton? Put it down.
he starts licking the
No.
inside.
Clifton, no.
Clifton, stop.
But it tastes good.
What does it taste like?
Yeah, but it might be bad for you. Give you a tummy ache.
Yeah, you don't know how long that's
Oh
been
my
there.
God.
It could be spoiled.
But it tastes good. And you can see there is like a small little portion of what looks like some type of stew or porridge is in the bottom of it. And you can see there's actually steam coming off of
No,
the...
it's fresh.
Oh, somebody was here recently.
You can definitely tell just by looking at the fireplace, the fire has not been going for a long, long time. Like this fire hasn't been going probably.
Just put my hand on Clifton's snoot and like push
Okay.
it back, and I'm like,
Well, none of us
Clifton,
are...
you know how I use fire to cook things, right, buddy?
Yeah.
This thing is still warm without there being a fire.
Well, maybe it's magic.
That's even worse.
Any of you
Why is
guys
that
know
worse?
magic enough to know what this is?
Magic food gives you a tummy ache. Always.
So as you are trying to pull him off of it, he puts his arms around the cauldron, and you can see he puts his paws around, whatever. You can see there's several runes around the lip of the cauldron. And as he does, he accidentally puts his hands, paws, whatever, on the runes, and as he touches them, they light up, almost like in a pattern. And as he does, the cauldron spins very quickly, and changes in size and just shrinks into the size of his hand. And he's just like, well, what did I do?
Hey, you can take that now.
Your magic, Clifton.
Magic?
Magic. You are a great
The
wizard.
cauldron.
Here, buddy, let me hang on to that. It's tiny now. There's nothing worth it.
And he tries to take the really tiny lid off and tries to
I take a piece of pemmican, like a big piece of pemmican, and I'll go, here, I'll trade you for it.
It's more food.
And he quickly takes the exchange as if you're gonna take it back, and he just starts to eat it.
I take some leather binding and just wrap it around the
Actually,
cauldron.
if I could try something for a moment.
You want to try something with this?
Yes.
Don't eat it. The stuff inside.
I'm not the one you have to be concerned with this.
Could we keep going? Is there
On
any
the
openings here?
Right, but
Yeah.
while
While
we're
they're
moving,
doing
I'd
that-
like to make sure this isn't something dangerous.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually, because we've had our fair share of cursed objects recently.
Yes, Chatz.
One
While they're-
time.
Our fair share
Twice.
of cursed objects.
But while we're doing that, I would like to inspect the rest of the campsite to see if there's anything else here.
Okay, so give me investigation.
Okay.
What's the writing in? Can any of us read it? You said there was writing around the,
It's runic. They're runic symbols.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, my investigation is not so good.
Okay.
Do you want advantage?
Oh my god, I got a natural 20!
Oh, there you go.
Well.
So you start digging through this campsite, and you find a book, actually. It is titled Hero's Feast.
Oh.
And it looks,
Cauldron of Heroes.
it's like a thick, leather binded book. It looks like a very nice book. And, do you open it?
Yes.
So you open the first page. It's a very thick book. It has a bunch of pages in it. The first page, it says Dwarven Hardtack, and it gives a bunch of
Ingredients?
ingredients
Ugh.
that
I fucking cooking? Ugh.
Just tosses at Rowan.
and
Smacks him in
as
the
you
head.
start, as you look at some other pages, if you do,
I will, yeah, I'll flip through it.
all the other pages are blank. It's just the first page. It looks like this is some sort of cookbook.
I walk
of
over
sorts.
to you and I just kind of, I don't know what you're doing, but
I'm handing the cauldron over to Duke.
I just kind of shoulder check you, I stand next to you and bump you with my shoulder.
Yes, can I help you?
It's a recipe book. It's a fucking recipe book. But it's got one fucking recipe in it.
Well, that's handy.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, sure. And I put
It's
it in.
grand.
I would look at it. There's something about hardtack and
That's great.
and
It's
it has
not really
something about
handy right
heroes
now.
days.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay,
Well,
that's very nice. I'm glad we...
Why don't you look for the way to go while I'm seeing if this is dangerous?
That seems fair.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm going to focus on this and use my lingering magic. So, what color do I glow?
Let me look.
You and your damn glowy.
Finnick, you want to look? You want to help me look for a path to go?
Yes, Finnick, you're the finder here.
This would
You're-
be pink, which is an
Maybe
enchantment.
you're good at tracking people, right? You could maybe
I can look
Rosemary
around and see what I can find.
fell down here. Yeah.
And let's take off and walk one. Is it a big circle? Or
Yeah, it's a big oval. Yes.
Okay.
I'll come with you
I'll
and,
just-
and help because I also am pretty good at finding things.
Okay. So go ahead and give me investigation
I'll
perception.
I'll help.
Assist.
I'll
Oh.
help.
Give you
Well, I'm
advantage.
proficient in perception. I'm a +6. What's your plus?
In perception?
Yeah, or
Uh,
investigation.
My investigation is +4. My perception is just +2.
It
Okay.
depends on how you're trying to do this. Are you trying to look for footprints and such?
Or we can each do our own check, I guess, too. I want to look to see if there are footprints leading in a certain direction that aren't our footprints.
Okay. So that would be investigation. Are you just looking around to see what's?
I'm feeling walls to kind of feel if there's any separation or just if there's any change in temperature maybe.
Okay.
Listening for drafts and air,
Okay, go ahead and give me perception.
tactile stuff. Right?
Could I, separately from these two, just smell where the freshest air is coming from?
Go ahead and give me perception.
I have a good 15.
Follow your nose.
15 investigation. You don't see any footprints necessarily over here. At least not any fresh ones. It does seem like there are some like odd looking footprints around, but they don't look humanoid.
Can I try to
Got a
do
woman.
like a
Yeah.
history check to
Be nature.
nature check to see if I can figure out what they belong to?
Sure. Go ahead. Perception. What'd you get?
I rolled a 5.
Oh,
Believe.
so I will say,
Discovered what a wall was.
Yeah.
Licked it.
the wall,
Salty.
Yeah.
the wall definitely feels cold to the touch. You don't sense any like drafts or anything nearby. I mean, it's pretty easy to find. There are 2 exits, like tunnel-ish areas to the north side of this, that are split by this large tower that's a cavern column,
And
whatever.
the supporting, whatever.
Yeah. So if you were to go left, it looks like there's more cavern. Then similarly on the other side, it keeps going. Depending on how far you go, I'd be able to tell you a little bit more. But that's the immediate like information you get from this area. When you're smelling for stagnant air, correct?
Or like
Fresh
fresh
air.
air.
Fresh air. What do you do?
23.
So you sniff around and try and take some deep breaths and try and see if there's any flow of air. It seems pretty stagnant. It doesn't really smell great down here.
Right.
You don't get the sense that there's like a through breeze or anything.
Mhm.
If anything, there's probably a little bit coming from above you, since that immediately goes outside that you know of. But down here, it doesn't seem to be like any blowing air.
I had a 14 for my nature check on the footprints.
You don't recognize the footprints as being any animals that you've encountered
Okay.
yet.
There's footprints, but they don't look humanoid that I can tell. They look bestial, I should say. Not maybe they might be humanoid, but maybe a were creature. Their feet different than human feet.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure. Not anything I've seen before.
Which way are they going?
They're kind of all over.
Yeah.
Like they.
If I had to guess, perhaps it was whoever occupied this camp.
Mhm.
But that is a guess.
So out of this area, how many paths are there?
Two.
There's
The
2
ones
paths.
the 2 that Finnick found.
Wow,
Okay.
how long does it take you to glow your color?
10 minutes.
I'm currently glowing.
It's just like an immediate ability. I don't remember.
Yeah. It just... It is... Yeah, it's just instant.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so you start glowing your pink.
That's a good color on you. I don't know what it means,
Pink.
but it's a good color. You know,
Well,
those are the bronze.
what?
You're pink.
Shush.
Yeah, I'm...
Did he just invent rose gold?
Beautiful. I must have everything in that color.
It seems there's some sort of enchanting behavior around this.
Well, that makes sense.
Isn't that like love magic?
No.
Some kind of...
What? It like
It seems a little middle of the road. This could be good or bad.
I'll take your word for it. I don't try to mess around with the magic stuff.
So which way? 1 or 2?
I
Should
don't
we stick it in the bag?
of holding.
That's not a bad idea for now. I rewrap it in whatever you put it in.
Tight.
Store it. You would carry this in your thing?
If you start feeling a little bit off,
It's in the bag.
oh, that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
At least it didn't for the coins, did it?
It's not done him any good before. He's got a knack for this sort of thing.
So if you start feeling a
Oh,
little
So
bit
anyway,
off,
you've said
At
one
this
or
point,
two.
screw it. Just put it in the bag.
perfect.
Ugh.
Well, you found
Two
different
paths.
ways.
Yes.
Well,
Shall we
I
put
grab a
coin?
gold coin. So this is 20. That's 1, so 20 is heads. 1 is
So
tails.
which one is which?
Right is always
1
right.
is 1, 20 is 2.
Oh,
Left.
okay, 1 or 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, 20 is right, because right's always the right way to go.
Sure.
That's what Josh always says.
It is option 1.
Okay,
Okay,
so,
So
left.
So, okay. As you guys start making your way down this left corridor, it splits pretty quickly after a little ways. You can see there's a left-hand turn. It goes down into a corridor. You can't see the end of it. And then there is, if you go a little bit farther, there's another left corridor that again opens into a larger corridor, as well as there's a large opening in front of you that's a lot wider than a normal corridor that you just previously came through. That looks like it opens into another like large cavern. As you guys are making your way through that small little area, you guys can now hear like, let me get, I want to make sure I get this right.
Obviously, something's down there. Obviously. You hear what sounds like some muttering coming from the far, like the middle cavern, and then you also don't hear this, but you unfortunately do hear this a little bit too late. The wall that you guys are walking around next to, you hear some rubble like fall off of it as you look up and see a medium-sized creature leap down at you with 6 arms and claws, and we're rolling for initiative.
Is it a spider?
Shit.
It's a spider. Duke is a spider.
Where spider?
Duke, it's
A were spider? We're fucking out. Let's go. Like,
I will say it's not a spider.
Yeah, spiders have 8 legs.
It's true.
you just said 6 arms.
6 arms, yes.
Like,
So this
go to. Okay, so.
So go ahead and roll for initiative. I'll describe some stuff a little bit more.
Okay. Guess my. Okay.
I know, I forgot, like, I'm like, what's my plus for initiative?
23.
What's initiative?
Right.
Same.
I need somebody to just scoop that cat and hand it over here.
Well, but she's...
How does a person
Have a good
roll?
Okay. So I rolled for who they attack. So what's the initiatives?
I forgot.
23?
23.
23.
Oh.
Are you keeping track?
I don't have it pulled up.
Okay. We'll wait.
Wait, like 3 23s?
I rolled a 21.
Oh,
23.
21 and 2 times.
23.
Okay.
Well, wouldn't that have been great?
It would have been awesome, yeah.
Chatz.
17.
How did Chatz roll the lowest? Rowan.
23.
I rolled 21.
Unless you really, really want the rare creatures in this, I'm going to omit them from the combat order.
Tell him to stay back.
Sapphire.
23.
23. Finnick was 21.
Yeah.
So, and I think you have a higher dex than me.
What's your dex? You
Oh,
plus
my
5,
dex.
don't you, Josh?
My dex is a
We're going at
plus
the same
3.
time.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you have a higher dex.
Rowan and I are just vibing. We got this.
He's somewhere, Jelly.
On, cat.
Oh.
Do we all have everybody?
Well, you two have.
We're tied.
We're
For
tied.
everything.
Okay, cool. So that's. Alright. Yeah, what do we got?
So they do get a surprise round, but they have a 17 initiative.
How many?
There's just one current.
Okay.
She's bloodlust.
There we go.
She's like, why'd
Sorry,
you
Archie.
stop?
It doesn't like no.
Okie dokie. So,
All right. Well, you two would be first.
I just think it's a
surprise
surprise
round.
round.
yes. So,
Yeah, I'm just saying. You two
Um,
would be. So figure
as
out
it-
what you're doing after you get your asses handed.
yes. So, I will say, since Duke was holding the torch, I actually rolled for it, and Duke is holding the attack. So as you guys look up, as you hear this rubble falling from the column, you see this medium-sized creature. It has like dark blue skin. It has 6 arms, like no pupils, like a yellowish kind of eye with just rows of teeth, razor sharp. And it has daggers in its hands.
Nope.
All six of them.
All 6 of them. So,
That looks like a package of no.
I think we all need to take a dagger when we kill this thing.
oh, I'm sorry. It doesn't have daggers on the. Sorry, the picture looks like it has daggers, but I think they're just claws. Sorry.
Potato, potato.
Anyway, so it's going to
I'm still taking a claw.
My
It's a dagger.
hand.
it's going to jump down and like claw at you with its 6 arms. So because it's going before you and it has surprise, it has advantage on all of these attacks.
Does each arm get an attack?
6 claw attacks, yes.
Oh.
Okay, so first attack. That's 25. Ooh, that one's real. That's only about 11, so that's a miss. It's a 20. I think that's a hit, correct?
Yeah, so you rolled 2 hits.
2 hits so far. Only 3 more attacks. That's over 20. That's a crit.
I'm going to use luck.
Okay, I'll roll that one. That's still a 19. Is that hit?
It does.
So, last attack.
It's going to hurt us, though.
That's over a 20. So, 5 out of 6 hit, I believe?
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry, this is going to be
Good thing you're a tank.
He's not raging.
Still a tank.
Hold on, though.
Do you want to use more luck points to make me reroll stuff?
You know what? I don't suppose you remember what you've rolled.
For what? I mean, I rolled... The lowest one I think I rolled was a 19. Everything else
How
was
many
over.
did you roll over? Oh, wait, no.
I rolled several over 20.
How many did you roll over 22?
I think I rolled like 3 or 4 over 22. I think 21 and 19 were the lowest that I rolled.
Okay, we'll just take the 5.
The 5?
That's fine.
Okay. So we got... I'm going to need help with math. We have 8 plus 6.
14.
10.
Okay, that's 1 attack. 9 plus 7.
16.
16
Plus
plus
what?
So you're
14.
at 30.
30, yep. Oh, I rolled real low on that one. So that's a 7 plus a 5.
So that's 12. So you're at 42.
That's good it hit me, because everyone else would be dead.
Yeah.
That'd be fine.
That's also real low. That's a 6 plus a 5.
11.
Okay.
53.
How many attacks is that? 4?
That's 4. You got one more.
One more. That's real high. 11 plus 9. So another 20.
So that's 73.
Jesus. This is a level... I will give you some context. This is a CR5.
God, there's just one.
Yeah.
That we know of.
Yeah.
I think we picked the wrong path, guys. Let's fucking
This
get
is
out of
that
this shit.
choose your own adventure where you're like, go back to the start.
Yeah.
I will tell you, I've been reading about these things, and I was warned to only use one because they can really fuck up people.
No shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who the fuck thought this was a CR5?
I don't know. Whoever wrote this book.
I mean, fuck, how much damage did you do?
70?
Yeah, that would have almost killed me.
That's what I said. I'm like,
It is this thing's, like, epitome of, like, stealth attacks. Because it's,
Jesus.
not great.
Yeah, that did you in, man.
yeah, like, everyone, fucking, yeah.
Good thing it hit the tank.
Okay, so, after it mauls you,
It runs away.
no. I mean, it specifically says it can move up to its speed as a bonus action without provoking opportunity attacks.
So can Rowan.
Same.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be that mean. I'm just gonna have it be on top of you, as it's like it's clinging to your back, just like mauling you. And then we'll go to the top of the order.
Were those slashing attacks? Or was there like a certain
yes,
type of
it's slashing, and psychic.
Well, judging, Rowan and my turn, I look at Rowan with, like, shock on my face and go, well, I wasn't going to use this yet, but... And then I, like, slap you on the back and give you haste.
Alright.
Oh, do I want to do that? Because that's my full action, and then I can't do any spells.
Correct.
Or then I can't do anything fun. I think about it. I change my mind.
Okay.
I want to attack.
Okay.
Because I can do some good damage. I'm going to do... I'm probably not going to roll very well, but I'm going to put Hunter's Mark on that thing.
Okay, sounds good.
And then I will just take 2... I will take 2 shots.
Okay, go ahead and give me some attacks.
Okay, first attack. 26.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so it's D8 plus a D6.
Just out of curiosity, would that have killed anyone other than Duke?
It would have
how much
almost.
damage
It would have
was it?
almost.
73.
Oh,
If you would have hit with
yeah.
all of the
Close.
attacks,
Killed you?
it would have almost gotten me. Yeah.
Oh my god.
You would have. I don't even know what Chatz is at.
I have 103
I
health.
could still have a couple.
Yeah, I still have a little bit
I
of
have the
health
sex
left.
number for health.
That's max health for
That's
you?
max health?
You
Oh,
would have
God.
been deleted.
You would have been deleted. Okay.
Well, I mean, you just went down, you went to die.
Well, I mean, it's a sex number. Of course, you'd go down.
We're also stuck in like an underground cavern with no known way out. So
Well, we can just go climb back up the way we came. Oh, no, it closed.
yeah,
Correct.
this is a trap.
One second, I want to read.
Definition trap.
Right. Fucking
Yeah, bitch.
That bitch.
I hate your cousin.
Okay, so
Can't say I'm feeling phone to fit
do. Okay, so for my first attack, I do a
What's that through your gurgling blood?
Yeah.
14 damage.
either.
Yeah, 14 damage.
If you,
And then I teleport back away from that thing 10 feet. And then I hit it again.
Wait, how much did you just say?
14.
is that only when you hit another creature?
Every time I hit, I can teleport. If I hit 2 different creatures, then I can get a third hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just can only hit. If there was another creature here, then I could get a third hit. But I can't, because there's only one thing. But that's okay, because I don't want 2 of those things here. My second...
Natural 20.
So that's 32. Okay, so then I will...
It says you can teleport up to 10 feet before each attack to an unoccupied space. If you attack at least...
When you take the attack action, you can teleport up to 10 feet before... Oh, before... Well, then I would move 10 feet back as I was throwing an arrow at it, basically. And then... I mean, how far away am I now?
I mean, you could have been, at least more than 5 feet away from Duke.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you wouldn't be in, melee necessarily.
I move 10 more feet back and shoot him again. I'm gonna be so not his target.
And I'm out, bitches.
Bye. Okay, so that's... 20 damage.
Nice.
What's he at total?
That would be
The only one
34.
who's hit him, I think. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's my done.
So, as you are shooting him, and he's on Duke's back, he lets out some sort of Greyburrow scream / mumblings that I don't believe any of you understand.
I mean,
It is some sort of language.
If it's common, I understand.
It is not common.
I only know common.
I don't know.
Common, Elvish, Goblin, Tabaxi, Thieves' Cant.
Nope.
Common,
none of those.
Draconic, Elvish, Infernal, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Nope, none of those. You guys got from languages.
It's right under armor. Oh,
In your proficiency block.
it's on the front page.
Sorry. I'm trying
It's
to-
not common or dwarvish, is it?
Nope.
Okay.
Dwarvish.
I think I'm only common and draconic.
Okay. Yep. You guys don't understand it, but it sounds like it is screaming in pain and also saying something.
Somebody tell that thing to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Depends who Charmaine is.
Will it be?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh yeah.
You guys do hear what sounds like some movement coming from the middle cavern that you guys found-ish, kind of in response to that sound. Go ahead, Ron. Sorry.
I am going to whip my staff around and say "Oyer," and it lights up blue and iciness. And then I am going to. So is Duke prone or is he just
It's just on his back.
Okay. So I'm going to position myself between it and Duke, so I can give myself advantage.
Go right ahead.
And I'm going to give it a whack with the staff. 28.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
So I need to steal because yeah, it's a D6 total damage.
I probably shouldn't be drinking an energy drink at 1:30 in the morning.
You're fine.
But here we are.
Join the club. Be cool.
Josh is gonna get home and be like, "Oh yeah, time for bed." And I'm gonna be like,
so 12 damage on that one. And then I will spend a key point to Flurry of Blows.
What's he at total currently?
34?
46.
46.
Okay. I mean, he's looking pretty beaten up at this point. Not dead, but a little rough. Pretty rough.
He should be, because he fucked Duke up.
Take my second attack. A 27.
It definitely hits.
Yes,
Thought
you're gonna
about
be
shooting
nice.
one of those
So
items like
13
hit a
for that
third
one.
attack, 'cause I thought it would be funny.
You definitely can.
I can just shoot Rowan in the blood.
Natural 20.
Another
hits.
natural 20.
Well, my two numbers were 20 or 19.
I've rolled two so far.
And that is 12 plus 5. 17 on that.
Is it double dice?
What's that? I doubled the dice, yeah.
76.
And then
76 total?
attack
Oh, okay.
is a 25.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely hits. How do you want to kill this thing as it's on Duke's back, just mauling him?
So I'm not going to kill him.
Yes,
he is
I
humanoid.
understand.
But I am going to, since he's on Duke's back, my hits are all going to be at the temples. I'm trying to knock it the fuck out.
Okay.
So
So you get in there right behind Duke and this thing.
Oh shit!
Did you forget to roll the cold damage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
On each of those,
it died regardless.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
That's a good thing to keep in mind.
should remember.
But so you're using your staff to smack it, correct?
Yeah.
So you smack it on the sides of its head, and like you can definitely tell that cold is not doing as much damage as you would have hoped to the specific thing, but it definitely is still hurting it. And it screams in pain as you keep smacking it on both sides of its head, and with each.
Get the fuck off of him!
Eventually, after you smack it enough times, it like freezes up, and just like falls to the ground. Still, it is still breathing. It's not dead.
Holy shit.
But it is unconscious, as far as you can tell. And with that, what are we at for number for initiative?
Finnick.
But what
21.
number? Like
Well,
21?
21,
Okay,
yeah.
so you hear, like I said, that commotion that seems to be coming towards you from the middle hallway, but you don't see anything yet.
How far away am I?
From what? From that hallway?
Oh, from him, like the
The thing
creature.
that fell off of Duke's
Yeah.
back?
Am I also hearing these noises
Oh yeah,
come
you
at
guys
us?
are all hearing stuff.
Just as the rest of my movement, I'm
Oh,
actually
sorry,
going
go
to
ahead.
stand over the creature and like face myself towards where it's coming from, and like put my staff at like its head.
Okay.
How
So
the fuck did you kill it?
I mean,
Might
you
be
can do it in
useful.
melee if you would like.
Yeah, I want to
Mhm.
run up and just take my rope and like start tying it up,
Okay,
like
sounds good.
tie up its arms or whatever, like
Yeah.
bind it as much as I can.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of the arms.
All of the arms.
So you use your action to tie up
Yeah.
this creature. Okay, sounds good. Do you want to do any more movement or anything after you
I will
finish?
just
tying it?
stand over him as well.
Okay, sounds good. What? Who's next in initiative?
I'm following.
What number?
21 still.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. What are you doing after you just got real fucked up?
If you come over here, I'll heal you.
That hurt a lot. Yeah. That sounds great. I'm going to go over to you and ask you to fix my back.
You turn around and take your shirt off.
I don't think there's a shirt there anymore.
Yeah, this thing just ripped him to
Okay,
shreds.
well-
It is all fucking red.
Mhm.
Were they actual claws or were there daggers?
There were claws.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Yeah, the picture depicts daggers, but the book is their claw attacks.
Gotcha.
So I'm going off of bad pictures. It's fine.
Damn pictures.
I don't... Can you scar? Or will your scales grow back? Because there's some missing.
I'll be fine. But
Okay.
in the immediate moment, I'm going to need some repairs.
Alright, well, I have to wait until it's my turn.
Okay, so for your turn, you're just going over to Sapphire. Is that? Or are you doing anything
Well,
Defend yourself.
I'm trying to get more information because my class was updated.
else? Oh, I don't know.
So I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something. I will. Yeah. Hold on. I can do. I'm going to use the. Well, I guess ready dodge?
So you're dodging. You're taking the dodge action.
Yeah. And then also, because I'm using the Sword of the Ancients, I'm going to give you dodge as well, because if you're going to heal me, I need to make sure you don't get blapped.
I appreciate that.
So I have to ask where you backed up to when you teleported.
Away from where the sounds were coming from.
Those weren't happening until after you attacked.
Oh.
Back the way we came, I'm assuming.
Yep. Well, yeah, probably back the way we came, which is where the sounds are coming from. No?
Opposite direction.
Yeah. I probably would have just backed up the way we came.
Okay.
Because that is the more known, safe path that we've come through already.
I just wanted to clarify to make sure you guys aren't like necessarily nearby.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So you're both readying the dodge action.
My dodge action is literally just to hide my body behind Duke, who is double
Massive.
my size.
Massive,
Yeah.
Yes. I believe it's a reaction to utilize that if you would like.
It
to.
is.
Yes,
Yeah,
it says
he-
they
yeah,
can
it-
use their reaction
Yep.
to gain the benefits
Yep,
of...
and it's just they have disadvantage.
Um,
Anything that attack me has disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay, is that the end of your turn, dude?
Okay, you had that
Plus
one.
1 bonus. Oh, additionally as a bonus. Man, that's gonna... Well, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. And you were last in initiative chats with 15, correct?
Well, more than that, 17, but yes.
Okay. So, before you get a chance to react to the situation, you guys now see with the light source, that Duke has, these creatures start making their way towards you from that middle cavern. Similar medium-sized creatures that have like a gray-blue skin. These have spikes coming off of them. And you can tell that these things look humanoid, but they are fanged. Like they're much more animalistic, but they don't have lips. They're just like grinning at you. What'd you say?
Baracas
I don't know what that
from
is.
Mortal Kombat.
Oh, perhaps. I don't know. But they're ever grinning, and they just stare with their blank, no pupilled eyes at you.
I hate these things. I hate your cousin.
And they have spindly legs and long
Well,
arms.
I understand why one would be afraid.
Bristles and spines project from odd patches on its pallid skin, and its long fingers end in broken and dirty nails. So there are.
That's a Baraka.
Oh, kind of. I mean, he looks way more buff than these things.
Mm.
But you see 5 of these humanoid-like creatures that come at you. And they're all like muttering this language none of you understand. And it makes it kind of disconcerting as you are staring at these weird-looking creatures. And they are... I'm just going to put them all on the same initiative. They're just going to like run in.
I'm basically making like a stop where I'm going to hit this motherfucker motion at them.
Oh, they're not really afraid necessarily, and they don't really acknowledge what you're doing. Let's just be...
They're too dumb.
Yeah, they are not smart in any way. They seem very animalistic. Like movement, need to eat kind of thing. As they stare at you all. I will say you two are towards the back, so I don't think they'd be able to get to you. So I will say there's 5 of them. I'll attack on each of you, and then I'll roll to see who they attack for the second two. So the one on Rowan, that's 7 to hit, so that's definitely not going to hit. Finnick, that's a 15 to hit. And then Chatz, that's good. That's Venus. Oh, that's natural 20.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay. So that is... So it's 11 halved to 5. And then I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom 19.
I will say... Oh, yeah, 19, you're fine. The second two, I will say go against you two since you haven't been hit yet. 15 for Rowan. That doesn't hit.
Nope.
And then That's an 8 for Finnick. So neither of them hit. So they kind of just run in and just wildly are swinging at you with their... actually, they're trying to bite you. So you got bit, not claws, I'm sorry. But they run in and try and just, like, gnaw at you as they unintelligibly are muttering these, whatever they're saying, at you. But that's their entire turn. So we're back to your turn now.
Chatz, finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't like that.
So, I mean, you probably have 1 in melee with you, maybe 2.
Okay. Is this one nearby any of my companions?
There's probably 2 on each of them, because they each got trying to get bit. So, I mean, depending on how close you were to them already, would depend on if you...
I guess the question I'm asking, could I shimmy in order to flank one that is in melee with me?
Sure.
Okay. So I will do that, and okay, so then that would be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely
With a less skiff. What?
I will say, because you are attacking this almost annoying, muttering creature, it seems like it's easier to attack them. Not necessarily like you have advantage or anything, but like they're very distracting. Almost like a fly, kind of, in the fact that you feel like, I need to kill this sooner rather than later because it's going to be very distracting if not. If that makes sense.
Vaguely. Alright, well.
So go ahead and roll damage.
I'll use Savage Attacker on this one. Alright, so that's 3 plus... so 19 plus 7 is 26 damage.
Okay. So you slice that one in half. And it just crumples to the ground.
And then
and lets out a yelp as you destroy its life force.
Okay. And then I think let's see. I think with my bonus action, I'm going to. Was there any others that were within like attack range of me?
I mean, there's one that is not squished between you and an ally. That's still on you.
I'll disengage and then move as far back as I can.
Like towards these guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're disengaging and run away.
Yep. That's my thing. It's my turn.
Okay, what you doing? So you're right next to Duke.
I'm going to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to one of the creepy monsters.
Okay, sounds good.
And then I'm going to look at them like I really want to hit them, and then look at Duke, who is fucked up. I'll reach out and give him a little pat on the back.
Okay. I will say, when you are trying to decide if you're going to attack these things or not, you get the same kind of sense that, like, these things are almost annoying, that, like, you need to kill them because they're making so much noise.
I don't like these things. They're loud.
And they're distracting.
Can I just hit them instead of heal you, Duke?
He just glares at you. Like,
You get the side eye.
I rolled really bad. I'm sorry. 16. You hit 16.
Oh.
Look, healing is not my specialty. I just have a healing spell in my pocket because, you know, somebody's got to do it. Yeah, don't you?
I mean, I do. I'm just like, well, okay.
And then I just hide behind Duke.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Wait,
I use
hold
my
on.
action to heal you.
What you got?
I get 2d6
Temp hit.
temp hits because
Nice.
I killed a creature with my sword.
How many of them are there by me? And
There's we'll say 2 on you and 1 left on Finnick, because Chatz killed 1.
Finnick and I were standing next to each other by the body.
Mhm.
Yep. So
Um,
they're all in close proximity, as well as the one that Chatz ran away from.
And Chatz is flanking. Or no, he was. You ran away, didn't you?
Yeah, he ran away.
Never mind.
I'm next to you.
Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Duke's back? Like,
I'd prefer not to
he
look
just
at
got,
it.
like, attacked by a lot of claws.
I know, it's very disturbing.
I'll just attack one that's on me.
Okay, go ahead and give me some attack rolls.
15?
Yep, that hits.
Okay. And I'll just get these. 10. 16, the first one.
Okay. You smack this thing pretty good in the head again. It seems like you're going for temples a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's still alive, but it looks very rough. Like, it looks like it's on death's door.
Great.
Like, it looks very discombobulated by that.
I'll smack him again.
Okay.
22.
That definitely hits.
12.
Okay. So this one that you keep smacking, again, it's very similar to the thing that was on Duke's back, falls unconscious.
Great. I am going to spend a key point because there should still be another one on me.
Yep.
I will aim my flurry of blows at him.
Okay.
At a different one?
Yeah.
You knocked the
Are
other
you
one.
adding your cold damage to
Yes,
this?
I am
Okay.
remembering this time.
Good to know.
15 again.
That hits.
And then second one is a 19.
That hits. I'm mistaken, they're small sized creatures, not medium.
Oh, handy. Oh god, damn it! I forgot it's +6 and +5 with the staff. Okay. Regardless, 10 for the first one.
Okay.
And 18 for the second.
18 total or 18?
18 for the second one.
Okay.
10
So
for
20.
the
So
28.
28
Yeah,
total.
okay.
Altogether.
So again, this one also goes down and falls unconscious.
I am going to move into a position to flank the one in between that he still has on
He
him.
still has one on him.
Yeah, I'm going to move around him to flank him to
Sounds good.
draw some attention away.
Perfect. So I'll pick up my sword and just swing.
Go right ahead. You have advantage.
It'd be 24.
Yep, that hits.
And then, well... Ooh, that really should be 11 damage.
Okay.
So he's still up.
Yep, still
Swing
alive.
again. 18.
18 hits. You definitely slashed it pretty good across the face, but it's still alive.
12.
12. And then with this second one, you find where you slashed it and you stab and puncture its face, and it just skewers this thing in the head, and it just it's holding.
And it's like a little one, so I'll just
it's holding on to your sword
and try to pull it out and just
Yep.
out the top.
Yep, and it just slumps to the ground.
Yeah.
So that is that everything?
It's the only thing I can do.
Okay, sounds good. There's still the one that Chatz previously attacked. Was attacked by, sorry. That's still alive, but that's the only current combatant that you have.
How far away is Chatz from me?
I mean, you have a very fast moving speed.
He's right
so
next
He moved
to
back
us.
to you guys.
Oh,
Chatz
yeah,
is
he ran
standing
away.
right next to me.
He ran away
It's
from one.
right
It's
next to
probably
you.
a good 20, 30 feet away.
Oh, you're not. It's not engaged with you.
Nope.
I disengaged. I ran back.
Correct.
Okay, so how far away is that thing from me then? I'm assuming I can get over to it.
Yeah, it's 20 or 30
Okay.
feet. That's all fine.
Yeah. I'm just. I'm not gonna rage, but yeah, I'm gonna run up to it and.
Oh, kitty. What?
His feet.
Why
He's
are you
got
so...
6 toes.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen those before.
Holly toad.
Mm-hmm.
And little baby ears. Don't you see on Twitter?
Okay, so hold on, I gotta read it.
Okay.
Yep, I run up to it. I'm going to attack it.
Okay.
Alright. Wow, that's okay. Before I do, I'm going to channel my breath, I guess.
Okay.
The electrical energy into the sword.
Oh, okay.
And that's a 24 to hit.
That definitely hits.
With okay, so
Does that bonus actually do that?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so at least I think that's what you put.
I mean, yeah,
bonus.
using your breath by the way is bonus action.
Well, because like it says I can channel it, so I activate it
Okay.
with a bonus action,
Sounds good.
and it lasts 10 minutes. Okay, so then D8. Well, no, because I'm using two hands,
So it'd be
so it's a
Is it a
D10.
longsword? Yeah, then it's a D10.
The fuck is my D10?
it's a percentile.
Well, that's still do. Ooh, that's a 9, and then I can also roll a D6 because of the channeling. That's a 5. So 14.
14 total?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, you definitely...
Bonus?
It was a bonus to
Oh.
channel.
Yeah, I get an
I thought
extra
you rolled a
D6
9.
when I have the...
I
When
thought
it's
you-
activated.
I thought you rolled a 9 with the 10.
Well, I rolled a 9, and then I rolled a 5, so...
But what about your plus to attack?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, well... Oh, yeah.
Because you guys
Like
are
you
stretched.
actually-
Oh, that's plus 6, so that's 20.
Oh, yeah, you cleave this thing in half.
It's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
A little
you...
revenge for all the backstabbing.
Right. So you can definitely tell these are two different types of creatures. They're in the same vein, but they're not the exact same because these smaller ones don't have 6 arms.
They're babies.
I'm still very frustrated.
I understand.
do you want more healing?
Yeah. Also, that's like the first time anyone has ever seen my fucking sword, like, have electricity all over it.
That's true.
So,
I don't know you for very long.
I imagine this thing kind of sounded like a lightsaber, just like...
Oh. I like that.
Truthfully, I haven't known you for very long, so you might have always been able to do this.
You definitely
I
like...
mean, you've seen me use a much larger sword all the time. This is the first time
Oh, this
I've
is a
actually
different
pulled this
sword.
one out.
Yeah.
It definitely, when you cut through it, definitely like leaves burn marks through it. Like, because you're almost like cauterizing the wound as you're cutting through it. And it's...
I reread the sword and thought, oh, this is awesome.
Can we continue to move onward? I can heal you on the way.
That would be great.
Why didn't you want to kill this guy? I look at the guy who's hogtied.
There's 3 that are not dead.
Why didn't you kill anything why didn't you kill anything?
Doesn't need to die.
Oh my god, you're having this dilemma now?
If you feel you need to kill it, go ahead.
Well, now it's just dishonorable.
I'd say that you have no problem, at least, with the big one, since he kind of in your back.
did make that
Oh,
noise,
you left
didn't
that
it?
one alive too?
Yes.
Why would you do that?
It's hogtied.
They tied it up. So all of its clawed hands aren't, currently.
I've never seen one of these things before. Have you?
No, but it's dangerous, and it's best not to leave such a terrible monster
Take your
alive.
fancy sword. Then just... There you go. Good job.
So as you stab it, again, it lets out like a faint, like scream, mumble in some language you don't understand as it takes this last breath and just dies.
You should kill a little one that you left alive, too.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Yeah. Rowan, we kill things.
We
I
kill
understand.
bad
We
things.
kill bad things.
I understand you kill things, yes.
Oh my god, he's having an existential crisis.
Fucking punched a deer to death won't kill the monster.
Yep.
Who said it was a monster?
It
My
was
back
talking.
said it was a monster.
Your face said you're a monster.
Oh,
To be fair,
fair enough.
you know what? Now's not the time to have this conversation. Rowan doesn't want to kill things, that's fine. Rowan can let things be alive. And
Now's not a good time to have this
it's
sort
fine,
of crisis.
though. Listen, Duke, it's fine.
We need to
Rowan
go.
will just punch things unconscious, and then you'll just kill it when he's not looking. It's fine.
That's fine.
Duke, you're not looking very good. Do you need a
I'm
rest?
well aware. She said she was going to heal me on the move.
Oh, very
We
well.
don't have time to stop.
Yeah,
right
let me
now.
give you another heal, but you're only getting one more out of me. I don't want to use all my spells.
I am going to take my rope off of that body, and then I'm going to search that body.
Okay. It doesn't have any clothes on it.
I said I'm going to search that
12.
body.
Oh, are you just gonna...
He's going in the cavities.
So,
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation.
we'll just
12. I'm not
Roll.
rolling very good.
I think it's only like a 20.
You did better last time.
I did.
Investigation?
Yeah.
22.
Are you like digging through with organs and
No,
such?
I just was like looking at it, taking
Oh.
the rope off and like looking to see if there's anything distinguishing on it. Like, does it have anything? Like,
like it doesn't
is
have
there
any...
anything that we could like harvest from it that
Where you
would
at,
be interesting?
I mean,
Like,
it definitely has,
75?
like a lot of teeth
Oh,
and a
that's
lot
like
of
his
claws that
max.
seem very sharp. They could be used
Yeah,
as
but
like
my max is 120.
weapons or tools of some sort.
You're
If
okay.
you wanted to try and like take some of its organs and such, if you wanted to, you could.
I don't need that in my life.
But it doesn't seem that it has anything of value necessarily, as it is a monsterish creature thing.
I'm going to cut off one of its hands
Okay, sounds good.
and toss it at Duke and say, here's a token of this trip so far.
We don't usually... You would keep monster trophies now?
No. No, we're not bounty.
Please don't.
hunters.
It'll start to sink.
Yeah.
You aren't.
That's true. You
Well,
are.
then why didn't you keep the hand?
Didn't hurt me.
Did you kill the two that were unconscious?
Yes.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm
about-
not risking that for my life or anyone else's.
Let's continue onward.
So, as you guys collect yourselves after this scuffle, and you start making your way down one of the many cavern hallways, that's where we're going to end it for tonight, as it is past 2 already.